So, welcome to episode 54 of Aftermath. Who wants to do a recap? Why aren't you guys on the map? Oh, you are. Milicardi. Who's doing a recap?
You are.
Jerry, thank you for volunteering.
Ah, cool. Last time Akane and Mathias got out of prison.
Yep,
They paid like a bunch of money.
that did happen.
We learned a little bit more about the supposed woman in the shack in the middle of nowhere.
That also happened.
Yeah.
I spent a shitload of money, and I'm now basically naked.
Well, you have your armor. Or your new
Yeah.
armor. It just
I've
sort of-
run through the street, basically.
Yes.
Milicardi. Anything
He's
else
streaking
happened?
in his new armor.
I
Don't-
don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's it.
See, every time we do a recap, it's just like we did so little. We played for
Yeah.
4
Game.
fucking hours.
Guys,
yeah,
you're
Mathias
just
got us
summing
stuck.
up what happened, and then you're like halfway through telling what you want to tell, and I'm like, wait, there must be more. This can't be all that we done last game. Wait,
Yeah, exactly.
how?
Even when it feels like we did a lot, it's like summed up in like 2 sentences and like, oh,
Yep.
oh.
Got out of prison, got some shit. That's
Fought a
it.
dragon. And it's like, oh. Decent.
Wide as blood, deep as the ocean.
It's Fallout all over again.
So,
Right.
It's even supposed to fuck that.
what, yeah, you guys are in Milicardi. Coghammer has just run back to you all, now with a lot fewer pieces on his armor. But with new armor that doesn't look quite as bad as the old armor did.
I like the change of clothes. It makes you look way less crazy and way more like a functioning person.
Yeah, I think Pandal sounds about right.
Are you okay?
Panting like a madman doesn't help your case, though.
Just a sec. What? No.
Okay, geriatrics. What? I mean, are we done here? We've spent an extortionate amount of money. Mathias has a book now. Is there anything else to do on this list?
I don't.
That
By
makes
the way,
you
just
at least.
Pandal paid Akane the money back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I basically I paid it to you and Mathias, and you split it however much you actually spent on the book.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, 86 platinum.
Enjoy that.
Indeed.
I think the next thing on the list is looking at that vampire lady.
I believe so too,
Yeah.
and no one else.
Yeah, the blood lady. Yeah, we need to go speak to her, don't we?
Yeah, we
That's all
do, and I believe if we go back to the place outside Yosa, it'll be faster than doing anything else. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna go find a place that I can
Wait,
bloop a
where was
portal.
that vampire stuff happening? It was on an island, right? The Isle
No.
of...
No, the
There's 2 places.
Felix is supposedly on.
Felix
Felix-
is hanging
Felix
here.
is
with
not-
the
Oh,
plant person.
Felix is on the Isle of Leicester.
He's eating the
There's-
plant people over here.
The Vamphine lady is here.
yes.
I thought you wanted to do that first.
No,
The
fuck
vampire, the lady.
No,
Yeah.
the Isle of Leicester.
No,
No.
we decided we were going to talk to the lady first because maybe she can help us with getting Felix
Yeah.
to not eat people if we come across him.
Ah, okay.
Oh, so she might be one of the goddesses. So
Yeah, exactly.
Has Coghammer told us about that? Or?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Wrote it
he
down
wrote
like
down
on
that her name is
paper.
Violet
think he did.
Zumin. She's
Wrote
the
it down
first
like-
lady with the first veil.
Yes.
Put it
Lady
down
the
in
first
like
veil.
Dr. Script and showed it.
Is that a Sabaton t-shirt?
Ooh, that
Yes.
was close.
Welcome.
Nice.
What?
Rick is paying attention to the plot, as always. Thank you, Rick.
I think we're like, oh,
we teleport.
yeah, we're gonna go
We
to.
cascade. We go.
I'm gonna get everyone to put their masks on. We're gonna boop a thing. We're gonna go.
Okay,
Clank.
Doing it.
so where are you going? You're going
To
just
the one outside Yosa.
Oh, just the train one? Not gonna look for a new one? Okay.
To my future home.
So. Yeah,
Figure
you,
that's- Actually, yeah. For anyone. Actually, that's pretty good.
you could.
Well, we don't know the location exactly, though, do we?
You just need to know rough locations. You didn't need to be close.
Oh, do we only?
Yeah.
I thought we needed like the exact location.
Fuck,
Okay,
you just,
then I'll look for another one.
no, you can just have heard of the place, honestly.
Okay, yeah, I thought we had like know a specific bit of the place. Okay.
No.
So it's
It-
even more overwhelming than before.
yeah, no, it's just if
Yeah.
you've heard of a place. You can
Yeah,
teleport
never mind. I'm
to,
gonna
like-
look for one closer then.
Okay. So
I want to use luck.
Ooh, no.
I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah, I'm
I
not a
am.
fan of that one, to be honest.
That's fair. Okay. Disappointingly, you pass the intelligence save. So you pull out this. I believe it's an adamantium cube with a strange rune carved into the front of it. And as you stare into the rune, your vision begins to dim and dull around the edges, turning slowly black and darker as you feel your consciousness pulled into the cube. As your vision goes dark, you can feel an archway around you. You feel a space. It's hard to say, but you can feel the wind rushing by. You can feel cold mountain air. And a stream nearby. You feel... how the fuck do you describe it?
Dead.
I guess you can almost feel the solitude of an archway in the middle of nowhere, left for millennia untold, untouched, and ignored by the passage of time and the fates around it. And then your vision returns to you.
Right, okay. Inform everyone it's a new thing and fucking go.
Okay,
Let's go then.
so
Mask on, and we go.
you open it up, and you immediately feel the cold chill of mountain air from near the peak of one of the mountains of the Vornadern mountain range as it blows
Oh my gosh.
past you out of the
I'll put my
sort of
mask on.
folded space. You put your mask on, step
We're really
through.
close to my
Yeah,
home, you guys.
I'll go through first just in case there's a vampire waiting.
You go through.
Ouch.
You step through. You can see this. You see the vistas of the sort of the cold mountain air. You're high above the tree line, like thousands of feet above the tree line, way up where there's nothing but rocky cliff faces and snow. As you step into it, Mathias, you sink all the way down. The snow here reaches almost 4 foot deep.
Okay, as I want to start floating up as soon as possible and make it
This
look like I'm
appeals.
standing on it.
Okay.
God.
Roll a dex check
Do I have to?
to make it look like you're standing on it. Yes. Okay,
You actually didn't roll too bad.
that's not awful.
Considering.
Rick, you look mostly like you're standing on it. They clearly saw you step and just go whoom into it and then float back up slowly to stand on it. But yeah. He seems to be mostly
Are you
stood on the
okay?
snow.
I run through.
Yeah, just a bad patch.
Yeah, Marlie,
and play in the snow.
you run through, and you actually, being a monk and not really giving a shit for physics, you run through, and yeah, you run across the tops of the snow, and then you turn around, you stop and turn around, and just sink the second you stop moving, just into the snow.
What I wanna do is run into the snow and then sort of do a leaping dive and then fall into like a snow angel and then make one.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you run out over onto the top of the snow, leap and sort of like roll into a snow angel, which sinks a significant, maybe like 4 feet deep into the snow. And yeah, you start making a snow angel. It's really fucking cold.
Gonna
Oh my
walk
God.
around just like,
So
I'm just gonna look over and
This is
hover over
weird.
the hole.
You guys were so close to my home.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you live somewhere so fucking cold?
Yeah, Mathias, as you,
I don't know.
not Mathias, Pandal, if you step through, you'll also be completely worried.
I wanna carefully
Oh.
try and step.
The doorway is like above the snow, right?
Yes, it appears to be on a rocky outcropping or ledge a few feet up.
Basically, if I step through with like 1 foot forwards, I'm gonna just fall over.
Yes.
Cool. Let's do that.
Okay, so you sort of gingerly step forward into it, and the snow just doesn't hold your weight, and you just tumble face first into the snow.
I also wanna carefully try and step through into the snow.
Okay, yeah, you
Yargon.
carefully try and step through. It's very cold and very deep, and you sink down
Okay, so,
most of the way. Yes,
so
Gav?
you said there was a bit
Oh
of
god,
a.
this is gonna be terrible with our tails. Like, it's all gonna get stuck in tails, isn't it?
So you said
like-
there was like a bit of a
like
drop
with dogs.
after the from like the where the door is to the snow.
The drop,
Right.
that whole drop is pretty much covered in what appears to be a snowdrift. It's about 4 foot.
Can I just
Yargon?
like running dive into the snow?
Sure.
It's a 4 foot
Just
deep
running
mine.
dive.
Yes.
I mean, I don't care.
Yes, Gav.
It's also snows.
I want to Eldritch blast a hole in the snow,
Roll and
like
attack.
something that leaves a bit of a crater.
We just got here and we're already causing avalanches. God
oh,
damn it.
absolutely. Oh wait, that's something Mathias did not think of.
Oh,
Roll
Mathias
an
is fucking-
attack.
What's your intelligence? I'm sorry, what?
He has
25.
0 experience
8!
with mountains.
Which is more what I'm looking for. 8 damage. Yeah, I mean, you certainly blast a hole into the snow. It's more of just a solid beam of now melted snow.
Hey, could
That's
you
called
not?
water.
You might kill some people.
I am in here,
okay,
by the
people?
way. Just saying.
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
know.
like reach
in
in and
here.
lift him out.
So can I sort of climb back on top of
Just
the
a
snow
little.
and then just sort of jump side to side and then use like the fact that I can basically walk over liquids to stay on top of the snow, and then look around
yeah.
to see if I see a hut.
Yeah, you're pretty much going to have to run in circles.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
That
yeah,
was just
yeah
a
you can
test.
certainly try that. That was just
Can
a
I
test,
look
he says
around
after
for
crit
a
failing.
hut?
Why are you doing it? It's 3d10?
Because it's Eldritch Blast. I'm
Rolls.
level 13.
Rolls
It's
1d10,
3 different
dumbass.
stacks.
3 different beams
Oh,
that
right.
do 1d10 each.
Jesus.
You tit.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception, Marlie.
I did. It rolled twice for some reason.
Oh, sorry, that's
Because you have
from you.
advantage,
Yeah,
Douglas.
I saw a bunch of attacks.
Oh
and
no,
I was
never
like,
mind. You rolled twice.
Yeah, sorry, it's being weird
Ooh.
right now. It's...
Plus 11. That quarterstaff roll
Okay.
was a 19. Ooh. No, it wasn't. It was 9.
Of course, you have to be in your
So, a 16. Yeah, you... yeah, you don't see anything like that. As you look around, you are really high up on this mountain. The peak seems to be more or less just behind you guys. The sort of outcropping of rock that sticks up, a sharp, jagged point, covered deeply in snow. With this, the archway built into the side of it. And you can see these sort of vast vistas down below, all the way down, and across both sides of the Vornadern mountain range from this point. You're on the southern side of this peak, roughly. So you're looking across at another mountain, sort of a little bit of ways from you. And to either side, you can sort of see down somewhat into the lowlands below. And you can
Can
kind
I
of...
use this? Sorry.
Can use...
keep going.
Can use what?
Can I use this like feature I have to? Because I grew up in this mountain range to sort of determine where we are in terms of the map, and then sort of figure out where the hut was. Because we were given vague descriptions. So
You grew up much further north. you grew up in Vornador, yeah?
Yeah.
You are about 120 miles away from where you grew up.
But
So
I've traveled very far.
you have. I'd say you've. The thing is, there's very little reason to be up here.
Yeah.
Sort of why this gate's basically undiscovered, because no one ever comes up here. There's just nothing up here. I'd say
Do I
you've seen
recognize what mountain it is, maybe?
by the mountain directly, no. But you would have seen the tracks of Coria. There, you can see these down here. These are noticeable, even at fucking 50 miles away. And you can also see this river here, and this river here, which mean that sort of putting that together, you can get a rough idea of where you are. It was sort of roughly halfway between Yosta and Vornador.
How far up are we that we can see 100 miles away?
Quite
Jesus!
You want me to
That's
calculate
way a
that?
distance.
You don't have to be crazy high up for that, I believe.
Yeah, you don't. How many miles are we talking, Yargon? 100?
Yeah, roughly.
Shit.
Anyone fancy a climb down? Imagine me
want
talking,
some
by the way,
warmer
also
clothes.
hopping on the snow.
I'm quite good on Sauriv's shoulders, actually, to be honest. This is way better than the snow.
Do we know which side of the mountain we're supposed to go down on?
The one with the rails of Coria.
Akane is hugging
right?
her tail, trying to get more warmth, but they're probably just like all clumped with snow.
Pretty much, yeah.
Don't you have like magic for that?
Yeah.
Do you have Produce Flame? I think you do.
Yeah.
Might not help actually.
I don't know. Would it help much to
Hey.
produce flame? I'll
Well,
try.
I mean,
Try to use produce flame.
it's sort of what you call that? Yeah, I mean it's warm. It's like a candle fire, so who knows? I guess. Yeah, you'll definitely be able to feel the warmth, somewhat. For the record.
So I can feel it, but it doesn't help much. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean it's not going to warm you up much, but it's definitely better than not having a thing.
Yeah. I guess I'm hugging my tail and using produce flame to keep myself warm.
Yeah, okay.
I do have investiture of flames, but
Well,
Yeah,
you
maybe
all
a bit
seem
far,
pretty cold,
honestly.
so I think it's about time we go down. And I start
Not too
trying
bad.
to make my way down the mountain.
Chill.
For the
I
record,
said,
let's
did
go.
Coghammer give us a? Because I don't think Coghammer gave us like a direction location.
Well, he did say it was
Well,
approximately where it
just
was, which
north
is
of the
appears to
shack.
be on the side of the rails.
Was it not Chicks that told us about the shack?
nod shakes, yes.
It was,
He
yeah.
just told us it was somewhere in this mountain range, though. That's the thing.
Well, you were told it was somewhere in this area, because this was drawn here because you know it was here, because fucking Pandal drew it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we then readjusted it when it was Legend Lord.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I got
it's
like
been narrowed
more
down
accurate
slightly.
information on where exactly.
It's been, I think it's been narrowed down slightly as because it was a bit more further over. It's now, you know, it's at the foot of the mountains, roughly.
It's between this mountain and the rails, so we should
Yeah,
go
I guess
in the
follow
direction
Marlie
of the
then.
So
rails.
I guess we're going with the ones that Rose said. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you begin to head down.
I'm gonna walk as far as the mountain allows me to. I'm gonna fly from there on.
I'm probably gonna fly to make it easier not to fucking get buried in the snow.
Can
gonna-
I find a tree, take the bark of it, and use it as a snowboard?
There are no trees up here.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Damn it!
Can I use Sauriv as a snowboard?
shield! We need a shield!
Oh, we
Ah,
shield.
yeah, you need a
Somebody else should
shield.
say.
I'm gonna
Where's
be
Link?
walking right behind our snowplow.
I will ask Coghammer if he wants to sit on my shoulders with Pandal. There's like one on each shoulder.
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll take that.
I'll do that then. Bit heavy, but I'll manage. I'm sure.
Before I jump on, I'll take out like a handful of pieces out of my chest and some rope.
Okay.
Tie yourself to-
So
No.
wait, hang on. Sorry. So what are you doing?
A couple of spells out of my chest and like rope.
Okay.
Because I got like, well, I have only one thing prepared.
Right. Okay. So you're basically gonna start. You're gonna tie some spells to you.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that.
You only need to be 1500 meters up to see 100 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one that is currently prepared is because it's my belt.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Which spell is that?
I'll give
Out of interest?
Ensor's transformation.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because it's in your belt buckle, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the record, guys.
I'll give my walking stick to Akane so that she can support herself with it, and then I'll use my.
Akane should stop herself.
Yeah, I can't
And
have
she can
stuff.
fly.
I'll give it.
And she's flying, so.
Give it to
got two
Sauriv then. Here you go, Sauriv. It's a walking stick.
Thank you! It's like half the size of me, but thank you!
For the toothpick. Nice.
He's like bowed over using it.
For the record, guys, you're about 1,500 feet up. Sorry, 15,000 feet up, which gives you a vision of about 150 miles.
That's a lot of miles.
Yargon,
Well,
Yargon,
Yeah?
we should be suffering from some severe rapid decompression right now.
No, it's
Depends how the
magic.
pressure of this atmosphere works. Gav done it, so.
It does.
also
It also-
depends
It
on.
does.
Depends on
what
if the
word?
planet's even spherical.
Donut shape, we know this.
Whoa.
It's a donut!
It might be
I've figured out
fine.
the map, by the way. So try to...
Also, Gav, who said I wasn't about to say you guys are going to need to roll some endurance checks? Because that's a very good point. So,
You mean
Some
constitution?
checks.
yeah. Essentially,
Insurance checks!
oh yeah, it's an endurance check. It's con save. It's a con save.
how long
versus
does it
It really
last?
exhaustion.
tickled me!
You
It was
really did, huh?
intentional, and it really tickled me.
I think I'm fine.
Oh my god.
Oh
So is
my
Marlie.
god, you guys!
I think I'm fine too.
Man,
Since I'm
I
a
am
robot,
no.
do I have to give a shit since I'm a robot?
No, you don't.
Cool.
Okay.
Your joints are
I'm
freezing up.
from the desert, guys. I'm not used to this.
Yeah, Pandal.
Makes sense, yeah.
You take 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh shit, I need that.
And yeah, this point of exhaustion will not be. You won't be able to sleep it off until you get like significantly further down.
Oh.
Because it's so cold.
Oh,
Big-
things are gonna get bad quick for me. y'all.
Because of the pressure.
Yeah, because
or the
pressure and
cold,
cold
I
and
think.
stuff.
Because of the peer
Well, how
pressure.
about if you sleep it off in a mansion? Is that?
Then you will essentially like get the exhaustion point back as soon as you leave the mansion.
Immediately? Jesus.
Pretty much.
But
Yeah.
at least
Wait,
Not,
you're
not like
exhausted.
technically immediately. I'd say after about an hour of walking, it's probably gonna pick up on it, because these checks are for essentially an extended period,
Fair.
and you will have to make them each day you walk.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was gonna.
Also-
I was said I was gonna be lookout. So can I make a perception with disadvantage, please?
You can. Additionally, everything here considered difficult terrain for obvious reasons.
Makes sense. 'Cause
I'll
it's
just
4
fall.
feet of
I
buckets.
don't
Look.
think that bothers me.
Fuck.
Oh,
Are
Figure
you
out.
kidding me?
From a 13 to a 14.
Fuck.
Oh.
Can I make a perception check as well?
same. I can fly. I
I'm
would
too
say I
busy
can fly
focusing
high
on
up
like
and get a
walking.
good vantage point, but I don't think that's needed in this area.
Yeah, you can.
Is
You
it
two
currently
guys-
snowing, or is it?
It's not currently snowing. You would appear to be
Okay,
above the
sorry.
clouds.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Two nat 20s. Jesus
Ooh,
fuck.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh yeah, plus.
Okay.
Huh.
Not entirely sure why my computer decided that I was asking how many 2,450 millimeters was in feet. So I was confused why the tree line stopped at 8 feet above sea level.
So that's a lot of shoes.
Yes. No, it's about
No, that should be
80
about
that-
8,000 feet.
8,000 feet, yeah. You guys are like double that. You're really fucking high up. So,
Yeah, good luck breathing, guys.
yeah, you are struggling to breathe. It's actually not as bad as Gav you would expect, but Mathias obviously wouldn't, because Mathias has been here.
No, you can
Is
still
Akane
breathe up
even
there.
able to fly properly then?
Good question.
Because I
yes,
imagine flying
yes, you
takes a
would be
lot of
able-
effort.
yeah, it does. That you will be able to, and if you intend to fly the whole time, you will take a point of exhaustion without a save because
That there's like no air here.
I mean, she really doesn't like the snow, so she would attempt to fly as much
Okay.
as possible. So
you will take a point of exhaustion essentially when you go to sleep for the evening.
oh, that's fair.
Actually, it wouldn't be. I'd say you'll sort of build it up sort of very slowly over the course of the day, if that makes sense. But essentially, you're considered to have a point of exhaustion for the purposes of taking additional exhaustion, but it's not going to have any effect if it comes to it, because it's weird.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, basically, towards the end of the day before sleeping, I would have accumulated a point of exhaustion, but since we're having a long rest, that goes away.
kind of, yeah.
Unless I'd get another point of exhaustion from anything else.
Yes, that's pretty much how it works, because this is about, you know. Yes,
Okay.
Gav. Yeah, I realise putting Gav on a mountain is like putting me on a boat in a D&D game.
You're both unrelenting assholes and obsessed with
Hey,
technicalities.
Yargon.
Yeah, sounds about
Yeah,
right.
Yargon starts.
So hey, I rolled a natural
Telling
20
about
perception. I didn't
phantoms.
see anything.
Yeah, that happened like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, so what you do see is a lot of white snow. It's actually quite blinding. But you get on that 20. So you see past that. You see, you see the fucking clouds below you. I'd say even from with a nat 20, unfortunately, you don't see the... you wouldn't see the shack at all. What you probably would see is that way down, a very significant distance down, there is trees. Fucking, what do you call them? There are, there's the...
Evergreens?
Yes, there's the evergreens, the fucking tree line starts about halfway down this mountain, which actually isn't that far laterally, because the mountain is very steep up here. But as you go down past that, and eventually the evergreens sort of peter out before the foot of the mountain, and there is a sort of noticeable area where the trees begin to pick back up again. Roughly in the direction that you'd be heading.
So there's like a gap in the tree line?
Essentially, the trees sort of stop, and it gives way to, like, open fields. Or on one point, just sort of, like, open scrubland. And, like, moorland and stuff. But there's one area where there is, again, another, like slightly beyond that, where there's the trees start picking up again, and there's a small forest, essentially.
Does it look out of place?
Not out of place, but it is noticeably different.
Look, there's a weird forest over there.
Oh!
Is there?
I can't see it.
Looks
And-
like clouds.
Something that you would notice with an at 20. Does anyone else roll perception? Pandal rolled a 14. Oh yeah, Pandal, you'd also see the trees. But with an at 20, and Akane, you're not going to see anything with a fucking 6.
Yeah, I know.
You're blinded by the brightness of the snow. With an at 20, Marlie, you would see embedded in the mountain across from you guys appears to be some kind of white metallic construct. You've seen these before. There are giant metal machines, dead from eons past, scattered across the landscape of the world of Ekox and Zeodia. And there appears to be one leaning against this mountain that's almost blending in with the mountain as it's covered in snow, more or less completely just concealed beneath it all.
Huh.
But you would
Hey,
spot it and pick out the difference.
Mathias,
Yeah.
you're like learned, right?
Yeah.
Look, it's a big machine thing from eons past.
Dibs.
What? Where? What? I'm gonna put my goggles and attempt to see something, and nothing will change because they're broke.
Yep.
Okay, we should check that out after we find the vampire.
Oh yeah, no, we shouldn't go check it out because the world's dying. I was just thought I'd
Yeah.
point it out.
Ah, who
Yeah,
cares
wait,
about the
wait.
world? There's a machine there.
It looks like mountain to me. I don't know what. Snow in it.
But it's just, you see that little black spot over there, and then right next to it is a little white gleaming bit. That's slightly different from the other white gleaming stuff. That's just snow.
Looks like snow. I think it might be snow.
As she points it out to you,
Alright, don't.
technically, you can choose to see it if you would like.
There's snow in it.
Fair.
Finch is going crazy.
My goggles are filling up now.
She's been here like 3 minutes. I'm sort of concerned. But she like laid in the snow, which is weird, and now she's going crazy.
Look, maybe she just likes snow.
Maybe. No one likes snow. This is weird and awful and cold.
Look at
I
her.
make a
Yeah, I
snowball
don't like the
and
snow
throw it.
either.
You guys are
I
beginning
make a
to
snowball
struggle.
and I throw it at Sauriv.
You guys are beginning to struggle to breathe now. At this point, it'll start beginning to get noticeable.
we need to go down further. This is
That's what she said.
not a good place to be.
It starts with just a sort
Wait,
of
is
shortness
everyone
of...
struggling, or?
Yeah, you're
Except
right. that is what
Mathias,
I
yeah,
said.
it starts with a sort of shortness of breath. Sauriv, you can hold your breath for up to now, right?
Underwater, I can hold it for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, okay.
Oh, you can hold your breath for up to 15 minutes at a time, so...
Yeah,
I
okay.
thought lizard folk could like hold us for a fucking long time.
Nah, it's 15
15
minutes.
minutes
It's
is a
turtles that
pretty
have got
long
an hour.
time.
Yeah, 15
Compared
minutes,
to other-
15 minutes is also 5 times longer than a normal human, so, you know, it's nothing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, with 20 in Constitution, it's 5, so 15 minutes is pretty good.
Yeah. So, yeah,
I can hold my
you
breath
are...
for 3 minutes.
You're, like, much... how do I fucking put it? You're much better off, essentially, than the others. But you will start to notice it, a sort of shortness of breath, but you can push past it.
You guys
At least
okay?
for some while.
Yeah, why? I mean, I get the
I
feeling
know.
my joints don't like this cold, but...
Are we making any progress down or not?
So, yeah, as you guys begin to start moving, you begin slowly scaling down the side of this mountain. It's tough going, but the mountain also descends very steeply down into the valleys sort of around you and also down the direction you're going. And you begin to descend pretty quickly, which is a rather unpleasant feeling, let's just say.
Oh
This will be
god.
the death of the halfling.
Depends how clogged your nose
Anyone?
is.
Would Akane have any? Would it be better for Akane since she's like used to flying?
No.
No, you make it worse because you can go faster.
Akane is not, essentially, Akane is not particularly used to flying, because Akane is not like a bird that always flies,
Yes.
and it's a lot more effort for you to fly than it is for you to walk, so you spend most of your time walking, as we've noticed by playing the campaign.
I would imagine that pretty much all of the PC races that can fly,
Yeah.
they're not built for long-term flight.
It's
So-
small flight, it's the kind of stuff that you'll find in Ghost Sub, but
Well,
beyond that, you don't want to be doing that.
Maybe Arakocra would get away with it for long-term,
Yeah.
but everything else is... No.
Yeah.
Too fucking big, yeah.
Are we reaching the trees yet?
How long
No.
will it take us to get to the trees?
Uh,
Are those like a long distance off, or...?
yeah. The trees are about, fucking, what is it, it's like, 9,000 feet below you, roughly? Or is it 8,500 feet, or something like that? It's a long way.
I spy with my little eye something white.
Is it snow?
I
It is snow. Oh my god, you're so good at this.
I'm gonna get out my
I-
flute and start trying to play the flute, and like it goes really badly because I'm
Yeah.
short of breath.
That, it really doesn't work.
Are you guys doing okay?
Thinks
Can
my
I try
eyes
to
are
pass?
freezing. Can't see anything.
It's not that cold, is
I'm gonna
it?
pull his goggles off.
Ah!
Yeah, you pull the goggles off a Coghammer and suddenly he can see again.
Jackass.
Ah, these damn things always break me.
Can I try playing the pan flute?
You can certainly try.
Yeah. Can I make some kind of check?
Go ahead and make a constitution save and a performance check with disadvantage.
I'm actually really good at performance. I would like to point that out.
Yeah, but
Don't
you're
know
not
why.
good at breathing.
The
at
local bard
15,000
disagrees.
feet.
Yeah, well, I'm also dying right now, so...
So that's a 26 and
better
a
than me.
15. I don't know why you're rolling everything double.
Phone.
Because
Yeah.
probably.
Okay, so 26 and a 15.
Sorry.
Marlie, you take a point of exhaustion.
Oh.
But it's good as fuck.
But it's pretty good pan floating.
Fuck.
You all got some good pan floating, so I guess there's that.
I'm gonna
Good
like
old
make.
plus
I'm
level.
gonna make like a use minor illusion to like make noises as opposed to actually playing the.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll be back up. Yeah.
Yeah, you just sit there being like, hoot, hoot, cast, 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 hoot, hoot, cast, cast, cast.
Yargon.
Yes.
How many things am I able to tie to myself in a short period?
In a short period, I'd say, well, these are mostly metal things, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that's gonna be difficult at the moment. So I'm gonna say you can get 3 or 4 things on. Yeah, I'd say you could get 4 things on, like tied to yourself. But in this cold, you really don't want to be doing that without taking damage because you're ripping the tips of your fingers off of the cold metal.
Ooh.
Yay. I assume the belt doesn't count towards that.
Yeah, no, the belt doesn't.
Let's get rid of something.
I'd say you could quite easily tie haste to yourself, essentially, because that is, what do you call it? A large flywheel
that's
that's like
the big wheel.
back
yeah.
mounted. So I'd say you could do that plus like 4 other things.
Well, that one would be like difficult to tie because you don't want to tie the bit that spins.
Yeah, but it's got like
That
a
needs to,
frame
like,
around
be
it,
free.
right?
A little bit, but not much.
Oh, okay.
The smaller things will be easier to. Haste is one of the bigger things I'm pretty sure I have.
Yeah. Okay, never mind then. Don't tie haste yourself. That's fine by me.
It's got tendencies, right?
Right, so you see a dragon. It's very, very angry. Mostly at Coghammer. This is my chance, boys!
Hey, Dragon.
Finally, I get to
tie-
use my fucking javelin.
You think you'll get to
As
use
soon as he
it.
gets
Oh,
stuck
like
to his back, he's
20
like,
sessions ago.
Yep. Eventually.
listen, if that Flux Dragon comes back, we're ready to dunk it, Sauriv, right?
Oh my
You're okay.
Sauriv throws
Must
the
have been like-
javelin when it heals.
Must have been like session, what, 15 or something that
Yeah.
I got that?
Be like
It was
the
a while ago.
downfall of
Dead.
us. Like once we've done everything, like he's the one to kill us.
Yes. So,
So how far do we get in the day?
I'd say,
It's difficult to read, so is it halved or?
yeah, it's halved. I'd say it's kind of more than halved, essentially. I'm like, there's not rules for it, but I'm gonna go with you don't move like fucking the multiple miles because that would be then off the mountain, which is definitely not gonna happen in one day from a mountain this size.
No. Besides, if you're walking down a mountain, you're walking back and forth and like
Yeah, that's true.
sideways.
You're walking
so
pretty
it's
slowly.
A lot more distance.
I'd say you get about you can get about 2/3 of the way down to the tree line.
Wait,
Bad.
hang on.
Oh my gosh, there's
Okay,
trees.
We're back
Hug
at
a tree.
reasonable oxygen levels then, that's decent.
Very
Yeah.
long range hug.
You're still not at the trees.
Oh no.
She hugs Sauriv thinking he's a tree. He's got fucking
Wouldn't that put us at like what, 11,000, 12,000 feet?
Yeah, it'd be about 11,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
not
breathe
good,
there
but you
more
can
or
do
less
it.
normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Akane, yeah, you have definitely picked up the point of exhaustion about this point because you've just been flying for so long.
Okay.
But yeah, and everyone else has, or who has one, notably Pandal.
Dang.
You have yours, which isn't going to go away just yet, and Marlie, you have one which you could sleep off because it's just sort of from the float.
Let's go sleep.
As you guys begin to sort of reach down, and night begins to fall, and it begins to the cold begins to pick up again. As I guess the temperature drops even further.
Fuck that, we're mansioning at that point.
You guys have been walking in minus 20, like, this whole time. It's been freezing. And the temperature begins to fall even further as you summon the mansion, like, hell no.
I'm gonna summon the mansion and I'm gonna have it gradually raise in temperature so we don't all get fucking the worst chill planes ever.
God damn it. Okay.
Yeah, I knew you'd have think that. So
The entire
apparent.
mansion is just on fire.
Yeah, it's so hot. And everyone will get a nice warm chicken soup.
Yeah, so you guys walk into the cold, yet slightly warmer mansion. And over the course of the next hour or so, it slowly reaches up to sort of regular room temperature, so none of you will have to make save against, like, bursting your own blood vessels.
Oh god. My joints are gonna hate me when we go back into the cold tomorrow.
My fingers are a little purple.
Pandal,
Can you make a fire?
is there like a bomb pool or something?
Okay, we're gonna have to start slow because if we get fire right now, we're all gonna like explode
please.
and die. Okay, I'm gonna get like a 0 degree, like triple point of water pool for Sauriv.
Nice. Sauriv? It's a fucking cold pool of water.
And we're gonna slowly bring
It's
that
so
up.
cold.
We're gonna bring the temperature of that up very gradually with the rest of the thing.
Okay, yeah. It's
So
it's room temperature, which for you guys is currently 0 Celsius. And slowly
My
increasing.
fingers are cold. They're a
Why
bit of
everything is cold?
What is this? Why are we in this place? It's horrible. I didn't think it was that bad, but that was horrible.
You know, drinking blood and living here sounds like just the worst combination of things.
You know, that other portal might have been a good idea at this rate.
Honestly,
Yeah.
anything else sounds like
I
a good
like
idea.
it here.
What's
Why?
wrong with you?
The views are nice. There's snow everywhere. We can have snowball fights. It's great.
The views are like more mountains and clouds filled with more cold snow. Why is
I'm
that
just
good?
It is quite impressive.
By the way, I love to imagine that Akane is just dragging a whole trail of snow with her tails inside.
Oh yeah, it's a massive...
Oh, yeah.
She basically has an iceberg just attached to her.
You could
Oh, well, that won't do. I'll help Akane get snow out of her tail.
Maxwell and Ariana will be going around behind Akane like sweeping up all the snow.
Okay.
For a second, I was like, who the fuck are you talking about? And then, oh,
Some of my
yeah.
servants, aren't they?
Yeah.
Maxwell and Ariana.
Well, the views here are quite nice. They're definitely among some of the better views.
We keep forgetting she's here.
Yep, you
Yep.
do.
I don't fear she was here. She just... It was fine.
Shit, that's a lady of taste right there.
Well, I think I'm glad I don't have a normal body anymore, just for that.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I really don't like the snow. Just look at my tails.
Seems normal to me.
Well, have you ever tried playing in the snow?
No. It's cold.
I mean,
Why would you want to
they're-
spend
you
more
play in
time
that?
on this?
They're whitetail, so surely you're some Arctic fox descendant.
Sauriv,
I'm
Tomorrow we
not
can play
sure if
Assault
that's
and
how
See.
it works.
we can have a snowball fight.
I like fighting, but it's too cold.
Oh,
That's
it's too cold.
He's lizard! He's really struggling in the cold.
having a time. It's really very just like...
Yeah. I'm not fully
I have an
cold-blooded,
idea.
but I'm cold-blooded enough. I don't like it.
I have an idea. Pandal, can you make fake snow that is about the room temperature?
No, but
That acts like snow?
No, you
yes, I
absolutely
can. I also
can't.
have this bag of actual snow.
I don't know, I want warm snow so that
Can
I
I
can
make
have a
warm
snowball
snow,
fight.
Yargon? Can I break the laws of physics inside my own fantasy house?
No.
In this fantasy game that
You-
we play in our brains?
No, you can build things, you can do things like that, but you can't, like, make warm snow without it just melting.
Okay.
You don't control the laws of physics on this plane of reality.
You can
Okay,
make
I'm gonna,
like,
I'm gonna get
You-
Marlie a lovely
He
glass
just
of warm
summons-
water.
Okay.
you could probably like
ridiculous.
make a room -1 degrees with snow.
Mm-hmm.
Like then at least it wouldn't be as cold.
Just get a ball of wet sand.
Snowball fight.
No, but they're not gonna like that.
No. Even better. You can have it. You can have it be like that, but it's still white. It's just cocaine.
That's tempting. Unfortunately,
That's the
We
thing.
could,
Snowball
we could
fight.
get a room of like Hollywood snow that is not
Crack
cold.
cocaine.
You could.
Yeah,
if
Hollywood-
Pandal knew that was
Okay.
stuff that existed.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of plays, but
Yeah.
they were all in Ovlok, so none of them had snow.
That's a good point, actually. Pandal, what's the architecture like in here? Is it Ovlokian, or is it closer to Korea? Is it what's the
Super
architecture like?
Ovlokian, it's like a traditional.
Okay, so you
Basically, it's based off the house he actually owned before we had to leave the city.
okay, so
it's
it's
like a
actually
way
like
Oh.
pretty open and airy with
Yeah.
with a lot of very neutral tones like yellows and oranges. Jesus Christ, beige is the word. Fucking
Oh yes, beige.
lots of beige.
No.
Everything's made of nice sandstones. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Except when it's fucking freezing.
Like currently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Take off leather armor.
Okay. Yeah. You take off your armor.
And like look for the little leatherworking barricade.
Yeah. You can.
Can I just set my sword alight? Is that possible? Or
Does the?
I don't think it is. The anime sword.
No, I don't think it does that.
It doesn't do that.
I
It
think
just
Finished with Akane's tales. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
Actually, I know something. We're gonna go to sleep anyway, so I use Investiture of Flames.
Okay, so you wreath yourself in flames. Two of your servants are just killed
No,
What
that's
because Investiture of Flames deals damage and they have 1 hit point because they're invisible
I
servants.
They
wouldn't
just
have done
disappear
it
at
if
the
they were
charred
close.
spectral bats fall to the floor.
Yes.
No.
They just
Done it if they were like right next
Too
to
late.
me.
Yeah, they were. They were fucking cleaning up your snow trail that you had.
I
Helping
was there
Marlie-
too.
Yeah, and helping Marnie clean your fucking tails.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Marley
I
was
was
just
also
away, so I figured the servants were also gone.
Servants are far more thorough. They gotta clean the floor, they gotta clean everything. And now they're gone.
you murdered them.
I'm next to my best friend, the table.
Oh my god.
Yep, you're back at the table. It's old times, just like old times.
By the way, does this warm me up actually?
Yeah, a bit.
Nice.
Give you resistance to cold, so yeah, quite a lot, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. it
Wait,
actually
hang on a
does.
second. You're wreathing yourself in flames. When is this? How long do you wait before this happens?
Oh god, oh for fuck's sake.
I do it like as soon as Marley is gone.
Okay, so
I was cleaning her tail thoroughly.
that probably doesn't take too long.
Oh god, you're gonna hurt
I do
yourself
have
so
7 of
badly.
them.
Yeah. Okay.
The servants were helping, though.
I've dealt with dogs before.
I mean, it should take about 20 minutes, I think. I'm gonna assume.
Nah.
To
Just
get all the snow out of it?
getting the
In
snow
a
out.
fucking cold room?
Yeah.
Getting
No.
the snow out
Without
off of
any
the walls.
equipment?
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
I've
no.
done it before. It's pretty
I've done
easy.
it easy before. It's not difficult. I'd say it's gonna take like 5-10 minutes at best.
Yeah.
This room is still so cold.
At longest. Yeah. Okay. So Karne, after about like 5 minutes, well no, we'll call it 10 minutes. You cast Investiture of Flame. Make me a Constitution save.
Explode into shards of frozen blood.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay. You have a good bonus. Good.
My god.
I won't roll the damage. Because it's not damage. I think. Yeah. What level are you? You're 12, right?
Oh god.
12 or 13.
13, sure.
13.
Okay. That hurts like a motherfucker. I'm not gonna roll the damage because it's not enough, and nothing's
But
gonna
I'm
happen. You
immune
can
to
sleep it
fire
off.
damage.
It's not fire damage.
Fire
It's not the
damage is
fire,
not
that's the
problem.
problem.
It's not
I
fire
thought
damage.
It's just cold damage.
It's not cold damage.
It's not cold damage.
I imagine it's exploding
because-
damage.
Yeah,
It's
you've
because-
superheated the blood in your body with fire immediately after
It-
being at -20.
It doesn't have a damage type. It's essentially it's not actually a crazy amount of
It's not
damage
damage.
because this is magical. It's actually you're mostly resistant to it to some degree, but it king hurts like a motherfucker. Because essentially it's the blood vessels in your body expanding to get closer to the warmth very quickly and rupturing. It really hurts. You also all see Akane go bright red.
I
Akane,
dropped
you
the spell and like just
Yargon,
dropped to
what
my
the
knees.
fuck?
What?
Akane, are you okay?
What the hell's going on?
I'll pick up the hats of my now dead servants.
Yeah, your hands like
Yeah,
pass
hats.
through them because they're only spectral hats.
I'm gonna get the other servants to pick up the hats so they can hold them next to me and I
Akane,
can
what the
mourn
heck
the
did you
loss
do?
of my servant.
They do that, yeah.
Ah.
Poor Maxwell and
You
Ariana.
okay?
I'll be here tomorrow,
No.
but I missed them already.
What did you do?
I cast a spell.
What spell?
Infesture of flame.
Mathias, she's like warm to the touch.
Okay, I'm not gonna touch her because my hands are freaking cold right now.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, you can feel that
Okay.
she's like warm from... You have to touch her. Although, you can feel he's cold without touching him. Like, ice. Hold your hand like an inch above ice, and you're like, ah, chill.
Did you just torch those two guards?
Guards.
What? Who?
Guard servants?
Did I have what?
Torch those servants.
Yes, she did. They're gone for at
What
least
the
24
hell?
hours.
Were they still there?
Yeah, well, yes,
not
they were. You
anymore.
had a massive trail of snow you brought into my home. They're trying to be
Yeah,
helpful.
but Marlie was gone, so I figured.
Well, I mean, they should all just do exactly what Marlie. It's okay, guys. It's okay. Victoria, no, don't. It's fine. They're gonna be back tomorrow. It's okay. No, you can't have a
Akane, when are you
raid.
gonna learn to be careful?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yikes!
Jesus.
Oh,
Hey, Akane.
Matthias, comma,
You're gonna be
a
good.
hard master.
Giggity.
Yep.
I was waiting for that.
Oh my god.
I expected that to come.
Look, I'm nothing if not predictable, alright?
Yeah. I think I'm okay. It really hurts.
What, like,
How did you do that?
eat? Or...
Did you,
I
did
don't
you accidentally
know.
cast fireball on yourself instead of whatever that other spell is?
No.
It feels
You
like
talk
it.
too fast. It's gonna hurt.
Really?
Yeah, that's how that
Is
works.
that a thing?
Yeah, because you're filled with goopy. Well, the rest of us are filled with goopy liquids, Matthias.
I mean, yeah, I used to be
I
as
thought
well, but
Mathias
I've
was
never
the smart
experienced
one.
that.
I mean, Pandal's
I've
the
never
one who...
actually-
Life experience.
Pandal's the one who's been in a town where, like, once every, I guess, 16 years or something, they have the winter thing where the whole town, like, freezes over and there's ice and shit, but it's in the middle of a desert and you step out of that and sudden warmth. Pandal's familiar with this.
Yes, sucks.
Mathias has mostly been on train.
Uh-huh.
Nerd.
He does not have experience with this.
He doesn't know.
What is this white stuff that turns to water when it's warm?
Not so
I
much
live
that.
here.
That's
Not that. Not that.
It's the sudden
Not like-
differences in temperature.
more garden.
Also, not understanding why you guys can't breathe up there.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, fair. I suppose never been high. Well, actually, last time he went way higher.
Oh yeah.
and-
That's true,
and he
actually,
could
that's
still
a very-
breathe.
And then he was mortal and he could still breathe. You guys are pussies.
Pretty much. My lungs are small.
Or it might be to learn the spell heat metal.
Oh my god, you're gonna kill a motherfucker with that. That's also what
So we
what
wake
happens
up the
when you
next
drop a
morning.
fire. Yeah.
What?
What? Sleep.
We
Yeah.
sleep and then it's the next morning. And we do
Yeah,
more
yeah, we're
walking.
gonna sleep.
Woo.
I'm
So-
gonna attempt to strap some things to the leather armor.
I
This
wanted
is
to talk
definitely
to
trying to move this
Pandal.
game along.
Once you're in the warmth, Coghammer, yeah, you can. I'd say you can spend an hour or whatever, and like part of your long rest.
Well, I
as
can
you
also
do.
do it with my metal arm
Yes.
and the Tinker's kit that's inside.
Yeah. But I mean, more to the point, now that you're like out of the cold, you're not moving, you've got tables and stuff. Yeah, essentially you can get to the spells you want to prepare. You can. It's crude. It's not as good as your previous armor, but yeah, you can get your spells.
Yeah,
all
half of
attached
them
to it.
are not even like things you can take off. They're just tied to it for now.
Yeah,
I have to like use a knife to get.
yeah. It's not ideal, but you can you attach most of your stuff and just sort of tie it all on over the course of about an
Pandal.
hour or so.
Pandal, do you have any toothpicks around here?
Yes. Tray of toothpicks appears in varying sizes.
I'll take a small one.
Yeah, the smallest one, by the way, has Mathias written on the side of it.
Nice.
I'll take not quite such a small one, and I'll just pocket it for now. Thanks. Do you remember that floating island we went to?
What? Yosta?
No, well,
The
The
one
other
through the
one.
portals from...
yeah,
Yeah?
that town party thing. You think that cube can take us there?
Probably. Why?
We should try that sometime when the world's not ending.
We should. Also, that toothpick's going to disappear when you walk out that door, just so you don't have a diabolical scheme that involves leaving.
Oh, see, I think I'm shrinking when it's cold like that. So I wanted to put it in a joint to see if the metal contracted together and it would snap.
I mean, you could also, you know, not break a perfectly good toothpick, or discover that you're getting even shorter.
That's weirdly
It's
ingenuitive.
kind of important to me.
Oh, okay, fine. Wow, if someone being forced to be shorter is important to you, then maybe you should reconsider some of your actions. But sure.
Oof.
Yeah, I've got some snow, by the way. I've got this bag that makes snow. It seems sort of redundant now. but
Look,
have
I
it.
got this new hobby. I need to know how it works.
I mean, I don't know. I already know my way around so many bodies, Mathias.
I bet you know your way around a lot of things.
Yeah, I do.
What kind of...
Like this mansion, there's a shortcut on the point over there. A shortcut's gonna.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like a one of the walls just opens up, leading to a room that definitely wasn't on the other side of it. Like,
I'm just crazy like that, you know. I'm just skilled.
This is all pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
I know I get a compliment out of you one day. Then I'm just gonna leave and go to bed. I'm gonna go through the shortcut that's gonna change to my room, and then it's gonna disappear behind me.
you see, like
Fuck.
a wall pass by the end of the shortcut, Mathias, as he walks down it, and it almost seems to like bend, but without actually bending, as if the room's on the other side, like rotating, and then you see his room appear,
Oh god.
and he like walks out into his room, and the shortcut closes up, and it was just never there.
Then I'm gonna go to my room.
Yeah, it's a much
Start
longer walk.
copy-
Yeah, really slightly long. It's slightly longer for him.
And I want to start copying
Should be.
some spells.
Okay. Yeah, you can
see, it's,
do that.
it's
You got like
50
2
gold
hours.
pieces and 1 hour per spell level, right?
Uh-huh.
I've got 10 levels worth of this shit.
You've also got about 2 hours.
2 hours. I'll
Mhm.
take detect magic and identify.
Okay. Yeah, so mark off your resources and mark them down. You copy those 2 spells into the very front of your brand new spell book.
Yay!
Your abjuration, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Neither of those 2
So
are
that's
free.
like... What's
No.
that?
Neither of those 2 are cheaper then.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So you take detect magic and identify, which are both, I believe, divination spells.
I think so.
And
I think detect magic's enchantment, is it not?
shouldn't be.
Divination.
Not abjuration. Pretty
I
confident.
know it's not abjuration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
it's
certain they're both
abjuration.
divination because they're both about learning knowledge.
Might be, yeah.
Yeah.
They're both evocation because you create chaos.
Okay, yeah, they are divination.
Get fucked. So,
What the fuck are you doing, you dick?
Can
it's okay.
so the next morning, can I wear all of my clothes at the same time? Because I have like 3 pairs of clothes. I'm just gonna wear all of them on top of each other.
Yeah,
No
I
warmer?
wanted the same.
You know what? That's a fantastic idea. I'm going to do the same. Oh, wait.
You see nothing different about Sauriv. Akane and
I have common and fine clothes.
oh
I
god.
have traveler's clothes and then clothes in my explorer's pack.
Yep.
Oh, does it
So-
explode apart a couple of clothes?
Yes.
Yes.
I did not
it
actually
comes
know
with-
that.
Common clothes, I think.
Oh, okay.
Does it not? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Or doesn't it?
We'll have
It
a
doesn't
look.
say it in the
Don't
roll
have
20 at
explorer's
least.
pack.
No. Well, if
Nope,
we're
I
does
was
roll 20.
But
Oh,
I
never
have
mind.
the clothes that I'm wearing, and then I have traveler's clothes, so it's still 2 sets of clothes. that I'm
Yes. So you come down pretty bundled up. Your mobility's slightly reduced, but it's fine. Not enough to hamper you. And yeah.
wearing. Mobility is reduced. Oh no.
But you're
Only 20 miles an hour.
you're much warmer. And everyone makes the way downstairs, has a nice chicken-based breakfast.
When I've seen Marley's done that, I'm going to put both sets of fine clothes on that I have as well, because that's a good idea.
Okay, you put 2 sets of fine clothes on. You look like an absolute prick, but you're
I
warm.
look like a prick. Also, my color coordination is now all off. It's dreadful.
Colour coordination was off anyway, if I remember.
I mean, that's true. Yeah. Well, my green and silver was going well for it.
Well, that's fair.
The
Yeah.
pink
Okay.
glittery mask sort of throws a wrench in it, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, you put most of your stuff on, and so yeah. You guys want to do anything, or are you just heading out?
Let's just go.
Head-
I'm good.
Yeah,
But maybe you
everyone's
should
just
reduce
heading.
the room temperature.
Yeah,
slowly
I will do like a gradual fade into God fuck it's cold.
Okay. Yeah.
From my love.
Sauriv will spend as much time as possible in the water before it gets too cold.
Yeah. You're still slightly wet as it begins to freeze onto you, and you have to like chip the ice off.
This is a horrible idea.
I'm gonna put a
But
toothpick
it's-
in one of my joints as he starts to do that.
Okay. You put a toothpick in one of your joints. Yeah.
Yep.
Mathias, your joints are covered in skin.
Can't I take that off?
No.
Peel, peel, peel.
We can try.
Hey,
Coghammer's like finding a challenge I've been looking.
Hey, Coghammer.
Ah,
Think you can realistically
Why are you
take my
asking
skin
him?
off so I can put this between my joints?
Can you take my
That
skin off? I
disappear
want
as
to
soon as you step out of the door, man. It's-
Okay.
toothpick
and-
into my.
When are you saying this? Are you just saying this in the middle of like?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I assume the pools are the same rooms, so I'm just gonna
What?
like
Yeah, we're
Wait.
just downstairs in the main room. What?
Yeah, you
just
You
my
wanna
eyes
take your
just
skin off?
appear above the surface of the water.
a
Also
second
have,
pair
like-
appears next to him from Iris.
Just a
Ambiguous.
visor. It's like,
Just
Also
giving him
pull
a
it off
similar
without
look.
Also pulling it off without damaging the crap out of it, so it can go back.
It's so fucking disgusting.
why?
Matthias,
Because I
that
think
doesn't have any seams.
it doesn't.
No? You're not supposed to take it off?
I'm gonna start looking it over and bend it in every direction I can.
It's your fucking skin, man.
See a flip in his arm.
It's- You cannot tell any difference from when you were alive. It feels like regular skin. It looks like regular skin. You can't see any
Does
kind
it
of...
taste like regular skin?
It does. Akane's licking you, by the way.
No, I'm not.
As
You
a
can
co-
ask.
You asked. You got an answer. Therefore, you did.
No,
What are you
fuck
trying to do?
off. I'm not.
My face.
Matthias, what are you trying to do?
I think because I'm mostly made out of metal now, that I'm shrinking in the cold.
I would stand up in front of him, and then I measure to see if I'm still shorter.
How tall are you?
2'8".
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah, no. He's
And I'm
still
fine.
taller than you.
You're fine. You're still taller than me.
Let's check that again when we're outside.
Okay.
Nice. Good idea.
It's just like,
You know, that's not the only
Deep in
thing
snow.
of Mathias that shrinks in the that shrinks in the cold.
Gonna start rubbing my hands and feel one hand get warmer.
I'm your
Yes.
professor.
Not anymore, you're not Matthias.
I
You're legally
leave the
dead.
fucking
Yeah, I'm
mansion.
pretty sure you're dead.
Okay, so Marley's like,
We're
nope,
gonna-
and gets out of the mansion as Akane
I
starts
assume she's
making
doing
blue
this
jokes.
after we've all cooled down.
I think
by
so,
the way.
yeah. Well, because
Yeah, let's
Mathias was
go.
waiting for that, so yeah.
Yeah.
Vacate.
Okay, so you begin to leave.
Start to freeze
Yeah.
over because I was in water.
Yeah.
The water will
Unfortunately.
be gone at the point it
Can-
would start physically damaging Sauriv to be in it any longer. Just get pushed
Oh
up.
no,
to
no,
the bottom.
it's just that as that happens, the basically what's water was like clinging to his skin is freezing to ice, and he's beginning to become coated in a hard sheet of ice. But Sauriv, you're essentially not around this for long enough. It's not intense enough to do damage directly. You'd have to spend some time, and you're not around it for long enough for that to happen. And as you step out of the door, the ice stops at the threshold and just evaporates, vanishing as you pass through it because it came from inside. So as you step out, yeah, you actually don't have to deal with the fact that you would be completely frozen over in water. As you step out into the foot-deep snow that's out here.
We're checking.
I would like to divert all of your attention to the fucking third natural 20 I've
Yeah.
rolled this evening.
Okay,
Okay.
that's why it's the fourth
Oh
one.
yeah.
What?
See.
Explain yourself.
I'm gonna start rolling on my phone from now on.
Oh.
Yeah, I think honestly the phone is the fucking secret. Yep. Cock.
Oh no!
She's dying.
Hey!
No, I didn't.
So
Honestly,
Pandal,
I'm gonna use a luck on that because I really don't want to fucking freeze over.
Yeah, it's luck.
That one will be better.
There
okay.
we go.
Pandal, you still have your point of exhaustion.
I know.
Akane, you pick up a point of exhaustion as well.
1 point of exhaustion, right?
Yes.
Total. Okay.
And rolled an 11. Wait, no, who rolled a... Where did you...
Coghammer rolled a 13.
Oh, that's
and then
okay, yeah.
Yeah, you
Unlocked.
still
I
luck, yeah.
rolled a 5 then.
Yeah. And Coghammer, you'd also pick up a point of exhaustion.
You rolled a
What?
25.
You rolled
Right.
a 25.
Oh, he locked, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
You just fucking said that, I'm so stupid. Yeah.
Yes, yes, you
So I've decided that dice don't matter. And he takes... No. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, just Akane picks up a point of exhaustion then this time. As you guys step out into the cold and the ice begins to creep at your wings and at your tails, Akane. And at your ears, and it's really cold.
So
feel
I'm
the-
gonna spend some time teaching Sauriv how to make snowballs.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, she's a brass dragon sorcerer, not a fucking silver dragon sorcerer.
Yep.
Just gonna have like one arm around Pandal trying to stay warm.
Yeah, we're going
On top of Sauriv.
between Sauriv, like over Sariv's head, like hugging each other.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the snow is only about a foot deep here, so it's not that bad.
I'm just gonna float down the mountain like a normal person.
Still up to their waist though.
Like, you know, Akane
Yeah,
is
fair.
still gonna try to fly with her 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay, so you will pick up a second point of
Okay.
exhaustion then.
Second point halves your movement speed.
Yeah, that's bad.
Would like to point out.
Yeah,
it's
but that
very
is
brutal.
towards the end of the day, right?
Yeah, sort of. And also, you hit the tree line after not too long walking.
Hopefully not too hard.
Well, Akane might if she keeps attempting to fly, but both Mathias and Akane are going to quickly find out that flying is not going to really work through the dense trees.
I mean, but then I'm gonna walk, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. But yeah, just sort of point
I
out,
throw a snowball at Sauriv.
after about a third of the day, so about like 4 or 5 hours in. No, not 4 or 5 hours in. What the fuck are we talking about? It's D&D, so it's 8 hours. So I'd say after about like 2.5 hours, you guys eventually make it to the tree line.
What's the snow like once we're like at the tree line? Is it like
In your face, apparently.
a foot or what?
Yeah, no. It's just as deep. It's also on the trees as well.
Okay.
The trees
I
provide
will
shade and
accept
shade.
the snow being thrown at me and will return in kind.
Oh god.
With javelins! No, with no.
The javelins.
Fight,
I
fight,
hide a
fight,
javelin in my
fight.
snowball.
I want to like dart from tree to tree while also throwing snowballs.
Oh
I
god.
can't move much
Hold on
because
a
I have
minute.
a dwarf on one shoulder and a halfling on the other.
Yeah,
and I'm
you're
just
sort
gonna
of
be like,
decked out.
I feel
Ah,
like
shit.
get hit as well.
Hey guys, really quick
It's
question.
like AA turrets on Sauriv.
Who has the bottle?
I do.
Okay, that's a good start.
In the back.
That doesn't really change anything about holding, it's just more space. It remains the same temperature as outside.
Okay.
I thought it was
It's
extra dimensional.
extra dimensional,
it's just-
not extra planar, which means it's just bigger on the inside than the outside. It is still the same as everything else, just bigger on the inside.
Okay, fair enough.
Really cold.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, it has no effect on that bottle because that one's magic as fuck. But Sauriv, you know your potion of the storm?
Oh no!
You haven't checked that in a while, have you?
Oh, I swear to fuck, if you take 500 fucking gold pieces from me, I will kill you.
Gonna kill all snow.
Both liquids in my bag are heavily alcoholic, so I think I'll
Yeah.
be fine.
They're
Yeah,
fine.
I'm saying, I've got a barrel of alcohol in mine. I'm
Yeah.
not great.
I've got 2 potions.
What potions are they?
No, 1 potion. I've got a potion of alertness.
Right. Yes. Well,
You def-
You had a potion of alertness.
haven't checked that in a while, have you? That's okay.
No, I mean I've got it like yesterday, so it's not that long.
That's
The
okay.
sell-by date was 2 days ago.
By the way, if the glass is gonna like explode or something, it would be on my belt, so
Oh god.
I'm presuming I would notice.
Oh, it's on your belt?
Yeah, it's there for emergencies.
Okay. Sauriv,
Crotch full of
Okay.
glass shards.
you would notice
Okay.
that it is heavily frosted over. On both the outside and the inside, it's too hard to see what's on the inside. And you can't really tell if the glass is cracked or broken because it's just coated in frost.
Keep it cold. That music can't come out.
Have some frozen glue, Sauriv, if you want. Like,
It also means you can't use it. Yeah, because
I do?
Sauriv's last experience with glue was so good.
Yeah, I'm not
I mean, I have a bag of snow that's always cold, actual snow, so we could just put them in there, and it's like an ice box forever.
Then you can't use it.
But what if I want to use it?
Well, you know, you could like, well, you're a big boy, you could chew glass. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, you just shoot the entire bottle.
Yeah, just- Crunch.
Yeah, I think, Sauriv, I'm just going to say this now. You have vulnerability to damage from your internal organs, caused directly inside
Resistance,
you.
because raging balances out. Just
There we
saying.
go. Yeah,
Keeps
it
the
does
damage,
balance out.
keeps the rage on.
I'm going to say no.
Oh, come on!
Ooh.
You're saying a legitimate barbarian technique is not get a bunch of shards of glass, eat them before a battle so you never not rage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
As your stomach lining shreds itself.
But are,
Yeah,
are
all
you,
you
are
need
you
to do-
basically making this potion unusable? That's kind of...
You don't know.
Unusable for now, hopefully, and nothing worse, or else.
We need to get like a lovely metal container we can put in.
That's not going to help.
I'm a bit worried.
But if the glass fucking shatters, then it'll just shatter into this metal container.
Oh, okay. So, about 2.5 hours, you guys make it to the tree line. You begin to continue downwards.
Climb a tree.
Okay, roll an athletics check.
Okay. Do I
She's
get
like
an advantage
sprint up
because I
and
can
No.
walk up tree? God, fuck.
You also
No
can't walk up
advantage for you.
trees. Because you
I
can't
can
push.
walk up vertical surface.
You can't, on the other hand, pass past the branches here.
It's alright, I would roll a 19.
Okay. So that's fine, because you managed to climb the tree anyway. But you are now just covered head to toe in snow, because these things are, like, just... I mean, they're like Akane's tails.
Take it off like
They're just
a-
covered in snow. And as you climb up, yeah, you cover yourself in
still the
snow,
tail.
but you climb up a tree.
And then
It's
I
a
take
drop
it
down.
off like
Float
oh.
up beside her, just following.
Marlie's up there just Taylor Swifting it up.
On top of the tree, can I sort of look out and see if I see the hut?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Pizza the Hut.
I'll also do perception then.
Oh, I rolled a medicine check accidentally. Oops.
What's
It's
your
so difficult.
What's the difference in the modifier?
I think it was the same.
I
It's fine.
get... Fuck.
Well, hold
Did I
on.
roll
I'll put-
perception?
You get fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's
Looking
the
up.
same modifier.
So
So,
two
It's,
18s?
5, but I get advantage on it, perception. Ah!
Why?
God damn it.
Why?
My phone is...
Oh,
because
yeah, you
my
do.
eyeball gives me advantage on perception.
well, that's what 23
Oh,
and
you have a
21
dodge,
anyway.
yeah,
so.
that's right.
God damn it, Yargon, you're literally making me cold now.
Oh god, that's gonna be
23 plus
so
18.
gross in the fucking cold. Oh, it's liquids and eyeballs. Oh,
Yeah,
that's horrifying.
except for the
That's
fact that
horrifying.
hers is made from a construct eye, so it's not.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about what if it was just a regular eye like Mad Eye Moody just on the top there.
Yeah, but it's not, because Jesus fuck no!
Yeah, that would be so gross.
Also, no, just get your Harry Potter references out of here. How dare you?
You're the one who drew a Harry Potter scar on Gav like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, well, he had that coming.
Oh my god.
So I rolled
Yeah, what does she see?
a lot of things that I didn't mean to roll.
We rolled a 23. And
I guess, oh yeah, 23 I guess.
23 and an 18. Okay. You don't see the cottage. You don't see the hut. You do see down a few thousand feet further down, vertically, and a few significant number, a couple miles away across. You do see there is some sort of patch of forest, still, you know, not moved, the one you saw before. You don't see anything particularly out of the ordinary. There's really not that much to be seen. Beyond what you sort of already know, you more or less see that everything's much the same, and the thick trees here, thin trees here, thicken up pretty quickly as you go down, and don't really, what do you call it? They don't really thin out until quite close to the bottom. You'll probably be walking through forest for the rest of the day, and maybe most of tomorrow as well.
Can I see the train tracks still?
At this height,
Yes.
8,000 feet, yes, you would be able to.
Ish.
They're close to the horizon now, but yeah, you can.
Actually, yes, absolutely.
They're also raised, yeah.
I also
So, yeah,
rolled
you
really
can.
high.
It's not
Yeah,
really
okay.
related to your perception check, it's mostly
No.
related to the distance and curvature of the earth and things. You can't see over the horizon even if you get a nat 20, sadly.
I would like to shout down the tree. Hey, Pandal,
Yeah, what?
what's the area around the cottage supposed to look like?
I'm gonna look to Coghammer, who I'm currently clutching.
A number of eyes that are just sort of buzzing around the air around you guys and have been for the last 2 days that no one's noticed. Also look to Coghammer.
Coghammer? Just tell me so I can get the credit.
Where is Iris? Is she just following us?
Yeah, she's with you.
Yeah.
It's like right next to you.
Cottage, what is the area like?
You know, like walls, door, windows.
Do we have like around it? We have like a... Was there a nice
Uh,
garden? Flowers?
I don't believe
Where
you
are the
saw
trees?
it. You don't, You just know that it's in this area.
Somewhere around here.
Probably fucking snow.
It's still like difficult terrain for the rest of the day, basically, right?
Yes, it will be.
Gonna cast Arcane Eye, gonna take out a piece of crystal, put it underneath my goggles, just have it go in front of us.
Okay. Yeah, that you have to sort of like fiddle to get it out from the its little case that you've like got it strapped to your chest, and you pull it out, put it under your goggles, and put your goggles back on. It presses into your eye a little bit, but yeah, whatever you call camera. What's a little damage to the cornea, and
It's like 30 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Movement of 30 feet, basically.
okay, so you're basically gonna spend the whole day moving this down without as the whole way. What's the range on it? Does it have a range?
I don't think it has a range limit.
Okay.
Just keeps going for as long as it's up to 1 hour. For now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
per class.
For an hour. Then yeah, you get it about.
I'm not gonna go like down. I'm gonna be like, well, straight down. I'm gonna be like somewhat Just straight ahead. To like have a good view.
So over the trees?
Yeah, over trees.
Okay, yeah. You get a view over the trees as your eye begins to sort of pan away. It's a bit like a drone shot, really. As you see yourselves and everything, and as you look back down and then across, as you see this sweeping vista of just this huge mountainside of trees, most of which seem to be buried under snow, and then slowly, like, revealing themselves as you get further down, and the like amount of snow kind of just sort of peters out very slowly as you get further down.
We'll probably spend most of the time looking around for the big metal thing.
Okay, yeah.
The-
Go ahead and roll me a perception check with advantage
Yeah,
because it was pointed out to you before.
Yeah, there's like a general. Well, I'm generally looking out for anything of interest, but I end up spending most of the time looking at that thing.
Oh, okay, it's
Still with advantage?
yes, because it was pointed out to you before, essentially. But that was yesterday. 15. Okay, yeah. You definitely find the big metal thing. Especially as you sort of pull your eye back and away, you can see this huge construct. It looks like maybe like a giant person, like a figure in armor, but it must have stood thousands of feet tall. And you see it leaning, resting against the mountain. You don't see any sort of weaponry, but one thing you do notice is what appears to be one side of the mountain appears to be part of a shield. And you see sort of around the edges the shape of fucking, not a kite shield, the small kite shield, whatever the fuck they're called, that one. Kilter shield, I want to say. Hilter shield, something like that.
We don't know. Move on.
Found us a snowboard.
Typical shield shape, but yeah, that itself is 2,000 feet tall. It's huge. And yeah, you see this construct just dead. What appears to be, as I say, is a giant suit of armor against the mountain. And
The mech.
it's not. It's a construct. And you guys continue on. You don't notice anything else with the 15, like untoward. And you guys begin making your way slowly down the mountain. What's your guys' plan? You just keep walking the whole day?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay
Do
up
we
high.
really know where we're going? Are we just heading towards the tracks, or
I'm thinking we should head towards that weird forest.
Yeah.
aren't we in that
Pretty
weird
good chance.
forest?
No.
Oh
No,
wait,
this is the
or is that a
first
different?
forest.
You're on the tree line.
Oh right, there's two forests. Okay,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
double forest.
Yeah, there's like the forest
Forest,
where
forest.
on the
Run,
mountainside,
forest, run.
and then you get into the lowlands, which is like sort of scrub open area, and there's like moorland and like rolling hills and that kind of stuff. And then there's a forest not too far off into that area, which is probably close to what you're looking for.
Is there snow there as well, or is it just like?
No, the snow is on the mountain, and once you start getting like halfway down the tree line, it eventually stops.
I would like to keep floating above the trees and keep an eye out.
Okay, go
Following the
ahead.
group, of course.
Go ahead and roll a
How
perception
far?
check.
What's the distance between the trees? Are they very dense?
It changes. It starts out pretty sparse, but it begins to pick up in density. You're not going to have any trouble actually walking through there, but it does begin to become quite dense as
Can
you
I
get
try
further down.
hopping at the top like a monkey?
No, it's well, for one, it's what do you call it? It's evergreen trees, so
Yeah, it's pine
general
trees.
movement through them is relatively difficult anyway, just because of the structure of the trees. It's much easier with deciduous trees, and for two, they're probably not that close together, at least for the first like hour, 2 hours maybe, and then even then it'll be a bit of a stretch, and it would be
Alright,
significantly
I'll just
slower than
walk
walking.
on the floor then.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
With 25, yeah, Mathias, you notice a number of like forest critters, like foxes or bears or that kind of stuff. Not all of it
Floating
looks.
above the trees, mate.
Yeah, I know.
What
You look
yeah,
down,
okay.
my dude. Not all of it looks particularly healthy. You even spot like birds, which again, what we would sort of see as, well, what you'd see as fluxed. These sort of animals that have been twisted and turned by the arcane flux, as happens. Most of them are fine, but yeah, every now and then you see a three-eyed bird or a bear with two heads or just something that's a bit, ugh. But most of them keep their distance as they hear the not very stealthy party coming. And you guys see the occasional bit of wildlife, but...
I'm gonna try Yargon. Can I try and lure a fox with my rations?
Oh no.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check to find any.
At disadvantage.
Yep.
Why did I choose today to do this?
14. You do not see any.
I had a chance before now.
Oh well, will it have mattered anyway? If there's advantage or not.
Unfortunately, yeah, you don't seem to... Yeah, disadvantage.
What about
wouldn't
hearing?
function. You would hear some. You hear the... You definitely hear, like, critters, around, but you don't see any, and they seem very intent on, before you ever get anywhere near them, they'll hide. Yeah. It's clear the wildlife here is aware of your presence, and does not want to be known, as it scampers away from you guys, trying to hide.
Good.
By the way,
Well,
Yargon,
find
would I
some
still get a
berries.
second point of exhaustion?
Are you trying to fly over the trees? You trying to walk?
I mean, the rest of the party's under the tree, so...
Mathias.
Yeah, then she probably would try and fly.
Then yes, you will
be
pick up the
honest.
second point of exhaustion.
Okay.
So, what did you say, Marlie?
Go find some berries to eat.
Okay, there's
Some good berries?
there's not many up here, but you can find a few. You wouldn't be able to feed the rest of the party, especially Sauriv, but you can definitely
I mean, I can also like forage, but I don't really know the area, so
I'm not
I
gonna
don't know
eat
what I'd be like
something
forage.
from a fluxed forest.
you
Thank
also don't need to eat.
Also true.
I don't fucking mind. That's a bit weird, so what? As long as
I'm
I
not
ain't
gonna let
fucking
you-
vegetable.
So I can find food for myself, but not for
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah, essentially just because of like how extreme the circumstances of where you guys are.
Yeah.
And that would just apply for today, because as you begin to slowly descend down into the further into this sort of forest, and the tree density begins to thicken up, and you begin seeing smaller plants and other things around. That sort of slowly begins to pick up, and eventually you see more plants and more wildlife. You could begin to hear birdsong much more. And it's only when you start actually hearing birdsong again that you notice how quiet the mountain's peak was and how kind of eerie it is when there's no birdsong in the
At which
wilderness.
point I'll go, ooh! And like start running between plants and just going, oh my gosh, it's this! Oh my gosh, it's this! Ah!
And yes, as Marlie like begins dashing around ahead, as you guys continue on, the day
I love
passes.
nature!
We can tell.
How can you be so active in this weather?
Be careful, that
No
stuff's fluxed
way.
around here.
It makes me warm.
What?
Yeah, that might be the
Little
flux
dog
again.
keeps you warm. Jumping from foot to foot. just going,
Akane, are you good to keep
Fine,
flying?
fine.
Are you good to keep flying?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Do I need to roll a deception?
No. Mathias, you can tell she's lying.
Do you also need hover legs installed?
They are
Don't
fucking expensive.
want my legs cut off.
legs.
No, you should land soon.
She doesn't have any legs.
She's a fan of her thighs.
Oh my. No, I'll be fine.
I doubt that.
Is that why she keeps alerting all the gods?
Oh my
Because she's
god.
Tommy thick.
Tommy.
Because she what?
Oh my
It's a
god.
shit meme that's been going about.
I love that meme. That
Oh.
meme's
I
great.
hate you so
Bad, it's
much.
horrible, I hate it. But I love it at the same time.
Oh, no, you missed it.
Dummy thick.
Tommy thick and my ass. Is it
The
my
clapping
ass?
of my ass cheeks keeps
clapping.
alerting the guard.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That-
Uh,
Jesus.
I don't know it, but it sounds terrible.
No, that
It
is
is,
not
but it's,
the reason Akane is noticeable. Akane is noticeable because it's Akane.
Fair.
It's a fox girl with 7 tails and a pair of very large, very fluffy wings, as well as big fluffy tails. She's just noticeable.
And 4 ears.
Also 4 ears. Yeah, she's really noticeable.
And she's also fond of walking into boss rooms like alone, so.
That's yeah.
Guys, I'm the tank. Me, this one. I can take it. I've got cushions. It's fine.
I have 7 shields.
I can't tell if
Then
that's a
we
dig
sleep
at.
again, and then we...
Yeah. So you guys eventually come to
Yeah, we'll
to a stop for the
continue
evening and set up another mansion, I assume, and sleep and.
Yeah,
Listen in one stuff.
Radiancing the temperature.
Okay. It's definitely warmer now once you're between the trees. Is the air still here? Or it's still between the trees? It's much warmer without the wind chill. And as you're
By
descending.
the way, Yargon, from what point do you have disadvantage on saving throws?
3, I believe.
3 exhaustion.
Okay.
Is it 3? Because the third is attacks and saves.
Okay, I'll just like put it on. First 1 is ability checks, 2 is speed halved, 3 is attack rolls and saving throws, 4 is hit point max halved, 5 is speed reduced to 0, 6 is death.
Yeah.
And
There you
6 is nothing noticeable.
Yeah.
Do they
Congratulations,
start
you have
getting their
6.
exhaustion points back now because we're in slightly warmer?
Yeah. You guys can now
Oh, it's
sleep
fine.
off that the last. Yeah. There's no more con saves.
I
Akane,
still left 1 exhaustion.
you're at 1, but everyone else you can
Okay.
sleep off your exhaustion as you sleep.
Given
for the
my,
evening.
I assume that includes my pressure
Mhm.
sensitive one. Now we're like not fucking getting crushed. Like,
Yeah.
excellent.
Over a relatively short period of time, in truth, you've actually made your way down really quite far, and
Yeah.
you're now a significant distance.
Okay.
Down the mountainside as you begin to head towards this.
Yeah. Before
No.
I sleep, I'll continue some more work on the little construct.
Okay, yeah. You keep working on that.
I'm gonna continue to try and like be more normal with my fighting style rather than just ragey, killy.
Be more what?
Trying to be more practiced with myself
Controlled.
rather than
Okay.
just, yeah, controlled. That's the one.
Are you sparring with Marlie in the?
If
You wanna
she's up
learn?
for it.
Can I make
Sure.
Can I make Marley look like a giant carrot?
No, I don't think you have disguise other.
What,
I
do you
mean,
want to learn about?
polymorph.
Hey, do you want to learn about pressure points?
True polymorph.
Huh?
True polymorph into a giant carrot.
No, it was this one guy that I was talking to, and he was saying like, you don't just hit stuff. You do weird stuff. I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
Well, do you want to learn about pressure points?
What's the point pressure?
Okay, so if I hit you here and I hit him in one of the pressure points, your entire body freezes.
Yeah. Sauriv, you just numb. It's like it's not completely frozen, but it is numb, as you have to actually channel ki into freezing him. But yeah, your whole body like
I
goes
just
numb
I
and
just hold up
tingly.
my hand and it's just
Wow.
Noodles.
Yeah.
What have you done? Why? Just look at it. What?
That was pretty cool, right? Do you want to learn that?
Oh no, it's weird.
I've decided on that final negative effect, by the way.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Noodle arms!
You become a giant noodle.
Morphed into a noodle.
Will I have time to copy more spells?
Yeah, you got another
Fingers
2
turn
hours.
into noodle.
As essentially, it's part of the long rest. It's 8 hours, but only 6 that sleep. So you've got 2 hours to do stuff. And
I
you
hate this spell.
actually
Bugs
don't
and
sleep,
noodles.
so you should have had another 6 hours last time, which I forgot about.
Whoops.
And you should have another 8
That's
hours this
fine.
time.
I don't have the materials to copy all of that anyway.
So yeah, you'll
Um,
be able to copy as much as you want now in this time.
Okay.
Forgot about
for
that,
the
it's my bad.
copying, is it rounding down or rounding up in
What?
terms of time and cost?
What do you mean?
There is no
Well,
rounding, it's
There's
just
no rounding.
half the cost and half the time.
It's
Okay.
per
5th
spell.
There's no need to round up or
Okay.
down.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
50, even number.
5th level spell, so that's
No, 25 is an even number. He
2.5
wants to round it up to.
materials then. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea. I think 25 should be rounded up to 100. Just to keep it nice and even. Because
I'm
fuck
not
you!
just gonna do everything yet because I don't know what I am gonna do and what I'm not gonna do.
I'm gonna take Sauriv through basic pressure point stuff.
I'm gonna be very confused and not really understanding it, but trying to listen.
Okay.
All the servants are now, the spectral servants are now in black, by the way. And and Maxwell and Ariana both have like black veils over their faces that are coming from their jaunty hats.
They have what?
God.
The jaunty
Black
hats.
veils over the- yeah. Oh, the jaunty hats remain untouched.
They have what on their face?
Black
Black
veil.
veils to like hide their faces because they're dead. They're
Oh,
ghosts.
fuck's sake.
No, that's spectral.
Akane, by the way, Akane would have just went straight to bed.
Okay, yeah, you go to bed.
Too
You're,
exhausted.
you're really tired.
Not even gonna pay respects.
Right to the people you murdered.
What a bitch!
Yeah, we'll have like a whole in the
Jesus,
theatre.
that
I'll have a whole
fire.
ceremony, and the spectral servants will play dead. And it'll be.
Oh my God. Yep, that happens. There were no servants anywhere to be seen for like half the evening.
Good.
They're busy. Except who was it I assigned? I think it's Trigonometry that was still fine to be in Coghammer's armor stand and pretend to be Cornfield.
Yeah, that's still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it should just be there as well, just out of funeral. Just still
no,
wearing
we're gonna
armor.
move armor stands down, and Cornfield's going to be at the funeral as well, like Ghost of Cornfield.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
Man, I love the Magnificent Mansion. My favorites.
How far can you run, Sauriv?
40 feet.
40 feet.
I'm a slow boy.
So,
Oh, jeez.
Bless you.
I want to see if you can catch me, and then I'm gonna like try to not damage you, hit you, and then flurry of blows, and then use my flurry of blows stuff to disengage and run 55 feet away from you.
55? Okay.
Oh boy,
She fast.
Speedy. She's
So yeah,
she fast.
Sauriv, if you want,
She
I mean,
goes speed.
you can dash.
She go fast.
Can't even make it. I can't do
You can
anything.
teleport with attacks, Sauriv.
I can teleport with attacks. That's a very good point. I'm going
welcome.
to run as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And can I teleport with a grapple?
Grapples are attacks, I believe.
How far
Yeah,
can you
I believe they
teleport?
are.
15
So I'm going to
feet.
run 40 feet and teleport another 15.
So close.
So you teleport right next to her and attempt to grapple, making a grapple check. You
Just going
have
to try
to
and grab her shoulder.
make a resisted check.
How do I?
Athletics
How do
or
I do that?
acrobatics.
Athletics or
24.
acrobatics to not get
Because yeah,
caught out.
Sauriv, you like attempt to like properly like lift her off her feet and like grab her properly.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
Sauriv, yeah, you just yoink, just pick her up into the air, like big bear hug.
Whoa, you teleported!
Yeah, I do that. I'm going to put it down.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Wow. I just kind of do sometimes. I don't really
Can't
know
you
how it
try to
works.
do
I
that?
just
Oh my god. That was so cool.
every time I'm like, well, how it works is I see something over there, and I'm just gonna point at a dummy, like a training dummy that
Yeah.
let's just say it's 15 feet away. Just
Sure.
sure. Just
The training dummy
convenient.
steps back like 2 feet to be 15 feet away exactly.
just like there's that thing over there. Why is it moving? Oh well. And I just go like, I want to punch it, and I just pull back for a punch and go to punch, and I'm there. And
Yeah.
punch
Okay.
it.
Make an attack.
I have a question. Was he still grappling me?
No, I let you go.
You're not just
Ah.
in one hand. Like,
I wanted to know. I wanted to know if I got teleported as well.
You don't, for the record.
I've been on his shoulders when he's teleported. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't. Pandal has a boon that's about like riding Sauriv into battle.
It's pretty memes.
It's great.
Because that was how they fought for the first like half of this campaign. As soon as they got that boon, he stopped doing that ever.
To be fair, it became really impractical and we got a bunch of confined spaces, and then when Sauriv started fucking like one-on-one-ing fucking dark dragons,
Yeah.
they're hard to pull off. Okay.
I mean,
Fair. So,
Teleporting.
so
Damn.
Sauriv, yeah, you do like a lot of damage. What? Essence
Talk about the
improvement.
Dark Dragon. Who did the killing blow on that thing?
I don't even remember. Was it Pandal?
Can't have been me.
Don't remember.
I think.
No, actually, I think it was Akane.
Wait, was it
Akane?
Akane?
Surprised. Akane did shit ton of
Akane,
damage, I
yeah.
think.
You did a lot of damage.
First of
Yeah.
all, Sauriv, why have you called it essence improvement? Like, that's sort of fair, I guess, but like, okay, sure. Second of all, why is it called unicorn dash?
Yeah,
I needed a name for it, okay?
And the green crystals gave him this and the unicorn. Makes sense.
Actually, that's
There we
fair.
go. See, yeah, that's where it comes from.
I believe,
Sure.
3, okay?
yeah. You know
oh my
what?
god, you need
That's fair.
that weird hat that Grog has.
No, he
I'm
doesn't.
pretty sure at some point you mentioned that. Oh, it's an essence improvement, and since then I was just like, okay then.
No, it's not a. No. It's definitely didn't. That's not.
I think I remember that. Maybe I'm just bullshitting. Okay,
Pretty certain
fine.
not, 'cause it's got nothing to do with essence. It's a fucking magic shit that you were like, let's do some magic and get boons.
Just drank a lot of vanilla essence. He's so...
I mean, if you put it in vanilla essence, I definitely call it essence improvement, because it does
I
crazy
love
magic.
cocaine in my vanilla essence.
Yeah, so, you teach Sauriv somewhat. Sauriv impresses you by teleporting. Is there anything else you guys want to particularly do?
One day I'll be faster than you.
Much better.
Maybe you will.
I mean, call it what you
I
want, man.
will.
And then I'll take the mobile feet, and you won't. So.
Wow, way to bully the halfling.
You're small.
I will also take the mobile feet.
Ah, shit!
I'm done.
The cycle continues.
Man, I'll multi-class into monk.
You get to spell a long strider, it'll be fine. It's all like...
Or
Oh my
multi-class into Rogue and get bonus action dash.
Oh god.
That's also a good idea, actually.
Yeah, because Sauriv gets sneak attack.
Yeah, look, he's a very stealthy boy.
Yeah.
Funny.
I actually have a +7 to stealth. I'm not that bad at it.
That pains me.
I think I have a +10 to stealth.
Yeah, I've not got high dex though.
I think I have.
I sneak.
What do I have?
So,
So
yeah,
yeah, we
sleep.
train for a bit and then
go
we
to
sleep.
sleep. Sauriv, sadly you're not bonked with the stick of sticks at any point, which
I have +2.
is
so-
disappointing.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, because I don't want to kill her again. So.
Oh, that only happens
Like
on a
by
2%
accident?
chance.
Yeah, sure, but I don't know
Well, the thing
that.
is, he explodes and instantly dies, Yargon. Let's not get too hasty.
No, it's not.
I do want to hit one of the dummies with the stick of sticks.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Don't destroy my house.
What did I roll? I can't.
A 22.
fucking see.
50. No, 22, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Nothing
11.
happens.
Nothing
you-
happens.
Yeah, you smack the dummy. fucking, it gets, like, beat real hard. CC isn't that high, but yeah.
The dummy has a little banner that comes out that says "Good job, Sauriv" on it because it's designed.
Nice.
And confetti comes out.
Yeah, you beat it.
Like a pinata.
Good job, Sauriv comes out of it.
And then just a flag with "I like vegetables."
Just a giant carrot appears on top of their head.
Yeah, no, nothing magical happens.
We
I'm
sleep
just-
next day.
Okay.
Actually,
Steve?
before that, I'm just gonna have a little chat with Lightbender. I'm
Okay.
just gonna chat to Victor for a little bit, just like this random things. I don't know.
Okay, well, yeah, if you don't want to there's nothing in particular you want to say, then he'll sort of, he's happy to chat. He's expressed that he enjoys the view. He appreciates it all. He's curious about the giant metal construct. He thinks that's cool.
There was one. It's just mountain.
Oh, is this your
What are you
axe?
talking about?
Yeah,
it's
it
my
is his
axe.
axe. Well,
Alright.
I'm sure I saw
I ask
something
you a
in there,
question.
leaning against that mountain.
Nah, I'm not so sure, honestly.
Well, your friend seems most definitely concerned about something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
don't
there
know.
was something out there, my fast friend.
I mean, she's a bit weird, so I don't really know.
And that's
Oh,
true,
have you
she's...
seen,
Fair enough.
have you
a
seen
bit
the
of an
thing she's
odd one.
done? I don't know, it's a bit weird.
Oh, it's not that weird, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah,
She
sure.
likes the cold. What?
Alright, that's a little strange, I'll admit.
See, even the axe thinks you're strange.
You've noticed your friend with a man who's mostly robot and a man who's got his own arm off.
He didn't cut his own arm off.
Oh, well,
That's
someone...
me
I
to
cut
do.
his arm off.
You
Don't
cut...
let him take the credit for what I did.
Well, you still see my point, is that, you're all a strange bunch.
I mean, I guess.
I love how Akane and Pandal are apparently the most quote-unquote normal
You
ones.
really are.
You
Mathias.
are, though.
Yeah.
I've got a teleporting fucking lizard, a dodgy ass monk that drinks and, I don't know, lights snow. What the fuck?
You're the eye on that one? That's
And a
Oh,
seven
yeah,
gloss
dodgy
over
eye as
that
well.
one.
Yeah, I
And a
remember
seven-tailed
that.
winged Kitsune
I keep
before
forgetting
you.
about that.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. He
No,
has
yeah,
four
no,
fucking
Pandal is definitely the normalist one. There is...
why everyone likes me the most.
There's Tiny Robot Boy. There's Not So Tiny Robot Girl. There is fucking... I have one arm is robot, and also I am... not a wizard, I have a hammer, and Jesus Christ am I old and...
I don't know what you're
Dementia.
talking about. I'm
He's
clearly
hard
the
of
only sane
hearing,
one.
Yargon. Leave him alone.
We have Dementia the Dwarf. We have Lizard Folk I Hate Vegetables. We have the fucking a four-eared kitsune that has 9 tails, 2 large ears, and a star
Not
on
yet
a staff.
9 tails, 7.
7 tails even. A star on a staff. We have a halfling one of whom's eyes can see through her own skull, and is also not her own eye. It's from a construct. And then we have a guy who like a short man that plays the pan float.
Regular flute.
Oh, short man that just plays the
I
float.
guess actually Pandal
Yeah,
is
no,
the
the
weird.
pan flute's mine.
But actually,
Right, yeah.
if you look at it, Pandal is the weird one in our group.
Really? Yeah.
Oh,
of the
yeah,
sample size,
actually,
I'm the
that's a
strange
good
one.
point.
Yeah.
I'm the one that interacts with normal society.
Yeah.
The rest of you are like, whoa, wow.
He's like our liaison.
I can see
Unfortunately.
Fucking real.
Yeah. You're all a bunch of weirdos.
Why is he our liaison?
We are.
More charming than you.
Because you were the most normal one until you were small robot man.
Yeah, and you're definitely not the
It was
most
not my fault.
sensible one anymore. Apparently
Got a
that was
whole city together,
Akane in
very
the
reasonable.
fucking prison dilemma.
Yeah, that's also true. Akane was somehow the sensible one, so who knows? Who knows what's going on?
Oh jeez.
We've all gone through some
That's the
development
weird
in this campaign.
Yeah.
Well, I fucking hope so. We've been doing this shit for like a year and a half. So,
D&D
So,
game
so,
for a
so.
year and a half. Character development, none.
Next morning, I leave the fucking mansion and I breathe in the crisp morning air. Say
If-
good morning to the birds.
Fucking cold. Yeah, the birds don't say good morning back. It's actually not as cold outside, and you can breathe a little better, but it's still chill. Still pretty fucking negative Celsius. We don't use Fahrenheit.
Do a
Fahrenheit's
little
dumb.
whistle. Start heading down the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone else shows up like 2 minutes later, and then starts heading down.
Maybe you
Can
are
I do a
the cheaper for the
perception to
gold.
see if I can find like a fox or something?
Yeah, go for it.
I want to
Just
do
try
this
to
now.
greet birds, Matthias.
You
I
still have
think she's not
disadvantage
her
from
right.
your
I know, yeah.
12.
Yeah, she was talking about like, I don't know what it was. Was it Poisha points? I don't know. What's weird?
That's what you do when you like, go
Yeah,
to a new
wait.
job and you have to present an idea.
I know, right? And she made my arms noodly. I didn't like it at all.
That's weird.
Unfortunately, you do not see any foxes, Akane. It seems that most of the wildlife, you keep an eye out for it, but that wildlife is still trying to keep out of your way, and you're just too tired to really focus on anything right now. Fuck.
Do you still have a point of exhaustion?
Yeah, she does. She had 2.
Yeah.
2 and only stepped 1 off.
Oh, right, yeah.
From flying the whole day. I assume you're walking today instead of attempting to climb a tree and fly off.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
try
okay.
to climb a tree and look again?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
I'll do this
Resident
thing.
scout up there.
Do a perceive?
Yeah, I'm going to say that you can probably passive climb a tree, so... now, the ridiculously heavy snowfall is often, but it's still there. 14, and go ahead and give me a perceive.
That's 24.
We got 24 and a 14. What do you...
Oh, right, 8 and 24, sorry. A 24 and a 14, yeah. Neither of you see anything untoward. Again, it appears to be relatively still, calm, similar day, as you spend most of the day just sort of trekking down the mountainside. You do see, yeah, you would with the 24 at this point be able to see a thin line of smoke rising from the forest. The center of the forest that's a little ways off. Marlie.
I see it. I see smoke.
Smoke?
Civilization.
That's usually what that
Oh,
means. Or
Great.
Yay!
very angry bear.
Let's hope they're friendly.
Right. Someone roll me a D100.
Uh-oh.
Or it was Sauriv who saw a vegetable.
I will roll a D100.
Yeah, for
81.
Too
You are too late.
Sorry, bear.
It's fine. It would have taken me a while.
Exactly, you would have been like,
Ooh. Okay.
I don't like that sound that you just made with your mouth.
Right, that sounds very good.
So,
I didn't even hit anything.
continue. Onwards.
Even.
Do I not want to be next to her right now?
Oh, it doesn't really matter. You continue onwards through the forest as you continue on down into the the valley below. Before you guys eventually come across, sort of half embedded in the snow. Who has the highest passive perception? It's probably Marlie.
I have
For
22.
visual.
Definitely not me.
For visual.
My passive perception is only a 15, so.
If you have advantage, it's +5. Isn't it?
Yes.
Is it? Oh, then it's a 20.
Okay, so it's actually Pandal. Pandal, you'd come across this first then. Or you'd spot it first. It's a little ways off to one side. There appears to be a metallic rod sticking out of the snow at a bit of an odd angle. The snow here is now only a few inches at this point. It's about midday. And it's not even that cold right now.
There's a thing, it's like a stick in the snow. Or like a metal stick. It looks
Metal?
weird.
Don't touch that. I'll go over and pick it
Gonna
up.
hurt your skin.
Do I see the stick?
The metal like rod sticking out the snow,
Metal
yeah?
rod, yeah. Gonna launch my arm at it.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, I wouldn't...
Go ahead and
touch.
make your attack, I guess.
That's
Go, Coghammer, go.
You should set up an attack for this, my dude.
Go,
Yeah.
Coghammer.
You've been using it over and
Yeah, your hand like grabs onto it.
Shit,
Attempt to
Coghammer.
pull.
I was gonna take that.
Okay, yeah, you begin reeling it in. This metal
Thank you,
rod
now he's got
doesn't
it.
doesn't seem to
Didn't
weigh
say.
too much, and as you pull it in, this metal rod comes with it. Reel it all in up, and till you've got this metal rod in your hand.
Huh. Just like look
What's that?
at. It's a metal rod. Like put it in front of Sauriv's eyes.
Yeah, it appears to be a metal
Yeah.
rod. There's a small button on
stick.
one end. It's about a foot long. Bit strange, but
Maybe
yeah.
it's a movable one. Hit
Oh.
the button. Do it. Click it. Do it.
Button. Oh, button.
No, no, no,
Click
no,
the
no,
button.
no, no,
I'm gonna
no,
lead
no.
away.
Okay, which direction are you pointing the rod? The button's on one end.
At my
Which
face.
direction are you pointing the other end of the rod, Coghammer?
Probably. The button is probably like straight towards my face.
Okay, so
it's
straight
just
away
forwards.
from you. So,
No,
are
the
you
button
point-
like. Well, not maybe not straight, but like.
Wait, so you... The
I'm
button...
looking basically at the button. It's maybe not straight at my face, but like
Yes,
mostly
okay.
at my face.
So, the other end, which is the end that,
Like
that
to the
matters,
floor, yeah, I guess.
to the floor.
Or
okay.
like more, yeah, whatever.
The floor slightly like... Okay. In
Yeah,
front of you.
slightly at an angle.
Okay. Is anyone... Who's next to Coghammer?
He's on my shoulders, is he not?
I'm also on Sariv's other
Oh
shoulder.
no, you're all... Okay.
Yeah, we're still a little pyramid of sheep.
Sauriv, I'm going to give you disadvantage because you've got two people on your shoulder, which makes it flat.
Okay.
You need to make a dexterity saving throw. And for
Okay.
Coghammer, you're just relying on his roll.
21.
That's
Well,
good.
Take that.
Who else was nearby?
I think I was next to him because I was like, hit the button. Hit the button.
I was
Okay.
somewhere between them and where he picked up the rod.
Okay, you're fine. Marlie, make a dex save.
29.
Oh, fucking hell.
Okay, both of you are
Well
fine.
then.
As he clicks this button, there is an extremely bright blue light builds up on the end of this rod before launching forwards into the floor in front of you. Both of you, with your dexterity saves, take...
Actually, me and
I
Coghammer
have
also take
evasion.
this damage.
You two do. Yes, so you get to avoid it. But the others do take...
I thought all the dice.
Oh, fuck,
my
that-
God.
Sorry, so that is 20... What is it? It's fucking... It's 20...
24.
23.
23.
23 points of force damage as this just
I thought it was
explosion...
rounded up.
It's ra-
No,
uh,
it's always rounded down.
rounds down in D&D. Rounds up only for when wizards spell slots they recover based on arcane recovery. That is the only time in D&D you ever round up. I'm a nerd.
So,
Okay.
23.
23 points of force damage as it
23% of my HP.
just burns away this huge, or on one of the point just scatters, explodes away this huge section of dirt and snow, creating this massive sort of crater about like 10, 20 feet across.
Oh, below 200.
As it sort of knocks you guys back. Neither of you are knocked prone.
I feel vulnerable.
We knocked
I
off
take
Sariv's
no
shoulders.
damage.
Yes, actually, the two of you would be knocked off Sauriv's shoulders and probably not
Ow.
prone by this. Even as Sauriv dodges back, managing to miss most of the blast. Coghammer, the rod returns to normal after just building up this blue glow along its length before like launching it forward in
I
a
am-
fraction of a
Whoa.
second.
That's a scary
That's
stick.
the
I don't
kind
like
of
that.
shit I expect from Akane.
That was so cool.
I smell
Give that
burning.
here.
I smell
No!
burning.
Give it here.
Gonna like take out my magnifying glass.
My
Yeah,
tail's on fire! Ah!
Sauriv's tail is not on fire
Are
based on
you
the fact
gonna
that it's not
identify
fire.
that thing?
Just a blast of shockwave, essentially.
It's just looking at the thing.
Making noises on the camera.
Are
Okay,
you going to
is this identify?
Ritual casting identify by just
Yeah.
pulling out a magnifying glass.
So he's like-
Okay, yeah, he opens his chest, pulls out a magnifying glass, and then starts looking it over. Okay,
That was so cool.
Coghammer,
That was so
Terrified. Thought I
dangerous.
died.
roll me an Arcana check. To
Can
identify.
I help him?
No. This
No,
is
no,
identify.
for some reason.
Oh no.
It's two.
Okay,
Oh,
so it's
that's
an
the
18.
second
It's an
one.
18.
Yes.
The rod explodes in your hands.
Sorry, where's my fucking... It's under here. That's rolled up PNG. Ooh. Okay. So, with an 18, you get... cast learns or use the item, number of charges, and its name. So, Coghammer. This, right, bizarrely, is called a Rod of Force.
It's called a lightsaber, by the way.
I do not consent.
Oh, it's not a lightsaber. This thing launches a bolt of energy. It doesn't have a range. You point it at a target, you make a ranged attack roll against that target. Upon a hit, the target doesn't make a save. If you miss, the target gets to make a save. You deal 10d8 force damage, and additionally it deals 10d8 force damage and knocks prone anyone who fails a save, or if you hit the target, they get a strength save. DC 15. If you fail, obviously it's a dexterity save, DC 15, and be knocked prone on a failure, and you take all the damage or half damage on a success, and not knocked prone. In a 15-foot radius from the point of impact. It doesn't have a range. You can point this at any creature you can see. However, you do have disadvantage on your attack roll, which is made with your spellcasting modifier, if the target is more than 1,000 feet away from you.
Oh my god! What
No,
the fuck is this item?
I have a question, DM. I have a question.
Yes.
He learns the number of charges. You didn't tell him a number of charges. What does that mean for my life as a living person near him?
That is a very good point. Yeah, because, yeah, no, it does have, fucking, what would it be? It would be 7 charges, and it regains 1d6 plus 1 daily at dawn.
Only 7 charges.
How many charges does it cost to fire once?
Well, you see, cost 1.
What?
Oh my
What
god,
is-
you got a bazooka!
Oh, no.
You got a magical
Just got a
bazooka!
fucking...
In addition, Coghammer,
Oh no.
I need you to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh yeah!
Let's get it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
entire raid. I can't wait.
Look at us.
He's getting addicted already.
Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
nothing happens.
Oh
jeez.
my god, this item is amazing. There has to
Yargon,
be
why do
something
you just
bad.
keep getting, like, random pieces of amazing equipment just on the road?
Well, you see,
Is this normal? I don't think this is normal, is it?
yeah, there's reasons behind this. Also, you guys keep rolling the
Probably bad.
fucking find dope-ass treasure on the road one on the fucking table.
I have the dumbest idea.
Oh no.
Oh, that sounds
Take
excellent.
me to the hammer.
I had the same thought, friend.
Okay, all I'm saying is if you did that, you'd only be able to hit yourself.
Shit. I'll find
Oh
him.
my god.
It's like a wand.
It fired away from the button, right? The other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't shoot you.
If you were to use that and you
Look
weren't
at
a
the bottle.
magical caster, would you use your dex bonus to fire?
No, you can't. Doesn't fire.
Oh, so only
Yeah.
magical people can use it.
Yep. Uses your spellcasting ability. If you don't have one, you can't attack roll.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, it just
fucking
will not. It uses your innate spellcasting bonuses. And also, every time you attack with it, you need to make an intelligence save for an undisclosed effect.
Awesome.
Probably worth it, to be honest.
Yeah, I stand by my fucking post. It's...
Okay.
And we keep moving.
Yeah, I guess we'll take this rod and also, haha, that's what she said. And then we.
Okay. Yeah, you continue on. Keep moving. The rest of the day passes somewhat uneventfully. Eventually, night begins to fall and the temperature begins to drop again. You set up a mansion, head inside, So anything...
Servants dressed entirely normally.
Okay, yeah. Everything's back to normal. Anything
They are
you-
also slightly passive aggressive towards Akane for no discernible reason.
God.
Is there anything
Two
you want to...
Two specific servants don't serve her at all.
Okay.
Maxwell and Ariana, in case you were wondering.
Is there anything
If you
in,
needed the clarification.
anything in particular that you
Something about it, but yes.
want to do this evening?
Nope.
Just continue training, really.
Okay.
For a little while and go to bed. That's it.
I'll train with you.
I will only use the flat of my sword.
Will you use the quarterstaff is the question.
We'll
Do
use
you
the
want me to use
quarterstaff.
the stick of sticks?
Last time it made me kind of kill you. I mean, if you don't mind, then that's fine.
You don't mind.
Okay.
Okay.
I use the stick of sticks.
Go ahead and roll me a couple of attack rolls. I'd say 10.
And
Yeah.
oh, boy, this was a bad plan.
You know, I really enjoyed this
Oh,
campaign while it
fuck's sake, I
lasted,
was
you guys. I've
muted.
probably met you guys through it. It's been pretty good.
Big Rick Brick.
That's a 20.
Hold up a second.
Uh-oh.
That's
There's another 19.
That's what my attack was.
20 and a 19. Okay, so
How many was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2 more.
2 more?
Yeah.
Hold on. 9.
We'll just apply all these effects at once.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay,
Is that it?
roll me 3D 100s.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. You guys, I'm on a phone.
Whatever is about to happen, I'm in my room.
That's okay.
3.
It only affects her or Sauriv.
3, 100.
Yeah, but he's looking for like the emergency aid that's about to be required.
75. Oh no.
Oh no!
That doesn't sound good.
So, Sauriv, you know what happened last time?
Wait.
Oh my god!
Let's go, potato.
That, was a 75. So,
Effects, don't they happen all at once?
Where are
Yeah.
the positive effects, you guys?
so Sauriv, yeah, you, beat the shit out. If you guys are actually training, like currently training, yes, Sauriv, you basically go berserk for one turn, but I'm going to say that essentially nothing crazy happens, as it's not the same situation as last time.
I still have my great sword. I'm still using the flame weevils.
Additionally,
I'm just using the flat, and then I'm not for a minute, and then I'm using the flat.
Sauriv, until the target takes a long or short rest, their movement speed is doubled, their AC increases by 2, and they can take a second action on each of their turns.
Oh no. Oh yes.
Oh my fucking god. Additionally, on that very last strike, you feel something clink out of the bottom of your staff. And then again, as the staff, just from the space inside of the staff, coins begin to pour out of it.
How many?
The fuck?
Oh my god.
96 platinum,
Oh my god.
50 gold,
Oh my god!
54 silver, and 94 copper pieces fall out of the staff.
Don't forget the
So
Electrum.
my training room is now
No
50% coinage.
They're all mine.
What is
Don't
that stick? What demon has possessed your stick?
96 platinum. How many gold?
50 gold.
50 gold,
50 gold.
54 silver, and 94 copper.
I don't feel so good. I don't feel so good. I'm just gonna start running round and round.
Mr. Sauriv. Mr. Sauriv, I don't feel so good.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Someone should cast haste.
Oh my god, more Sauriv, more of the time.
I'm not taking a rest tonight.
Oh no. Too fast.
Sauriv,
Yes.
make me a constitution save.
Okay.
Sauriv's on speed, you guys.
You stop
That's,
taking Sauriv
26.
drugs.
Okay. So you don't sleep tonight, yeah?
I don't sleep.
Okay. I'm going to make this a stacking.
just-
I don't know what the default rules are, But I'm going to say it's a stacking modifier for the longer you spend without sleep, the more the harder the DC, higher the DC.
That makes
Pretty
sense.
sure that's what it is in
I think it's
Raw as well. So.
Okay, cool. So yeah,
It's not-
you don't pick up a
I don't know
point
what
of
DC is.
exhaustion. You have a fucking double speed plus 2 AC and two actions per action now.
Why is this stick so good against my enemies? I don't understand.
Because
I've
you've,
only ever
Mate.
helped other people.
because you've rolled so far out of them.
You
You've
just
rolled,
made what, like
So much money.
1,000 gold?
You are.
essentially,
Shut up. Okay.
this is
Shut up.
So
it has 50 effects, 25 are positive, 25 are negative.
I love this.
You've
stab
rolled
so much.
stick really
3
scares me.
negatives and 1 positive so far. Because you're not supposed to be hitting your allies with it. And if you just haste through enemies, that's not good.
That stick is like the new flux table for me. That thing scares me to no end.
Oh.
That's spooky.
Oh,
That's a spooky
it
stick.
should do.
It do.
It do be like that. It really do be like
Do
that.
like that.
Leave us hasted until the next time you see.
Is it short or long rest, or is it
Long
just
or
long
short.
rest?
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was short or long. That's fine.
yeah, long or short. Yeah.
Fast.
I'm in my room for the safety of everybody else.
Yes.
I'm gonna attempt to dismantle one of the regular guns. Well, dismantle and put it back together.
The ones that you got from the automatons.
Yes, the from the Guardians, yeah. Not
Okay.
the Lance ones.
As you just begin, there's a knock at your door. Like 2 minutes after you start. Try and take the side panels off. Sauriv? Not Sauriv, sorry. Coghammer. Sorry.
Took zips up there. Yes, hello.
I'm thinking about the broken ass lizard. Coghammer? It's,
Seeing as I'm busy with my mechanical arm, I'm just gonna cast Mage Hand and open the door.
yeah, you open the door, it's Iris. There's an eye right next to you, just watching you. So, like, from just behind you. She's, like, watching. Would
Hi.
you like some help with that?
Oh, you know about these things?
Yeah, I helped design them.
Coghammer's jaw's just gonna drop,
Do you want
and
some?
just gonna slowly nod.
Okay, you can have advantage. Go ahead and make me a Tinker's check. As she like walks in, and she'll start showing you how these things work. It's to the best of her ability. Tinker's check with intelligence. This will be.
Okay.
And she rolled double again. 27. Yeah, you managed to take this thing apart, put it back together again. You get a relatively good understanding of how what they call a line rifle works. And essentially it fires like an arcane bolt using a small piece of metal that's like, it has like thousands of them stored inside it. It's tiny like a bead of metal, which is like enchanted by the gun as it passes through this like ring. That like draws it in and then like converts it basically to pure energy and like launches it out. And you begin to get this understanding of how this works and how this interacts with the flux. And yeah, you get a pretty good understanding of how this is going to work based on this.
Cool.
But that'll take a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it put back together at the end, or?
Yes. Sorry. If you want to put it back together, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, anything anyone else wants to do? Break Sauriv anymore? Just
I want to race.
Oh my god.
okay. You lose.
No, I have a 6-second race and I use a key point to do Step of the Wind, so I still win.
Oh, okay, that's
But-
fair. Yes. Yeah. 6 seconds. You can step of the wind, but you fucking need to. Jesus Christ, he's fast.
Yeah.
His speeds. He is going places at a speed you have not seen before. Except maybe 1 or 2 times. Yeah. So,
I still run 135 feet per round.
yep.
If
He runs
he dashes,
120,
like
so
160.
Hmm.
He gets
No,
on
he's
60. His base
No,
speed
it's-
is doubled to 80, and then he dashes for 1
Yeah, but the dash doesn't double.
Yes, it
to
does.
80.
Yeah, it
Does
does.
it?
It
Because
increases your
haste
base speed.
doubles your
Dash
base speed.
adds your base speed to your current movement. Lets you move your
Mate,
base
ever hasted a
movement speed
rogue, they
again.
go places real fast.
A dash lets you move your base movement speed again. His base movement speed is currently doubled. Yeah, it's
Oh,
ridiculous.
Whoa.
He fast.
The addition
you
is
win.
below the
That's
modifier on that
impressive.
table. Yeah, so actually, yeah, that's a good point. Sauriv, if he dashes,
He hits
Will
back
win.
Sauriv. Sorry, I
Oh,
stole that
shit.
joke. That really amused me.
So fast.
my god.
What's all this running around nonsense?
Sauriv's really fast.
Okay, he's been muted.
Oh
I
my
don't know if he knows that.
Oh, good grief. Yeah, I'm done here.
Stick up.
Just gonna get back to my room.
Okay, yeah, you head back to your room. So those two are just fucking sprinting around in circles
Yeah, that's up to
around the
them.
training room.
Oh, he's not here.
Yeah, Tom's muted. I don't know. Where he
Oh
is.
no.
I've been talking for the past.
I did just say you've muted. I don't know if you realise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tom Chi.
So I run up to Mathias. I just go like, "I'm so fast. I love that stick." And run round, and round, and round, and round.
Yep, you see him just sprinting around in circles.
I try to keep up, but after like 14 rounds, I just fucking collapse. I'm, just like,
What kind of steak?
Yeah.
I'm out of key.
I pick up Marlie and keep running.
Yeah,
After like 5 minutes, I'll stop though. And then just start hitting stuff.
okay, yeah, you start hitting things. You're much faster, much better. It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unlike the haste spell, this doesn't increase your, like, essentially doesn't magically empower you. It just lets you move faster. So whilst everything feels slower to you, you don't feel like you have extra energy. So you run out of stamina twice as quick.
Oh.
Okay, Yargon. What
Yeah.
you said was Sauriv runs out of stamina twice quick. What I heard was it stacks with haste.
Does stack with haste, yes.
Beautiful.
Technically speaking, it does stack with haste.
Again, you said a lot of words, but all I heard was you should just really haste Sauriv just for keks. Just honestly.
320 feet in one turn.
No. It would be higher, I'm pretty sure, because it doubles to 80
Doubles the
And it
base speed. Oh
doubles.
my god.
to 160.
So 320.
It would be
Oh my God.
320.
That's what I said.
Then the
320.
hasted action as well to dash.
Oh yeah, no, there's two
Oh
haste
shit!
actions you
Yeah,
can
I
dash
forgot
with.
about that.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So
Dude,
you're...
Cheeks Broadchester.
God.
You got shit.
Was that 48? No. How much is that? That's 48. 480 feet.
No, it's more than that.
It's,
Can't.
Oh, it's 160 times
720.
3.
I think.
Jesus.
It was 4. Because you dashed
160
you
times
dashed
3
once.
is 480, right? Am I
Look,
you can-
160,
have
1
two-
dash action, 2 dash actions, 3 dash actions, so... that
4
would
dash
be-
actions, 5 dash actions.
3. If you took 2 levels in Rogue, then he would make it 4.
Well, shouldn't it...
Well, it's normal movement and then 3 dash actions.
Yeah, because you got normal
fine.
movement, action to
isn't it-
dash,
it's-
haste action to dash, this magic action to dash.
Yeah.
So
You
4
get
times.
you get 4 times base speed with that,
Yeah.
and your base
So 4
speed
times
is times 4.
160.
So basically, it's 16
that-
times base speed, right?
Holy
640 feet per round.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
just like
for a
blink
minute.
away. You just
Can you still, can you still haste her then?
That is with haste.
That's what it is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On top of this, because yeah, they do stack.
Ah, yeah.
So I actually run 240 feet when I'm dashing
So
this.
ignoring the
at
fact
the
that he'd
moment.
get like a billion attacks in that situation as
Oh,
well.
that too.
Yeah, you'd also get. Oh Jesus, yeah,
That'd be 6 attacks in 1 turn.
7.
If this works the same way as haste. 7,
Se-
actually, yeah.
because
if I
yeah,
use-
you can bonus.
Oh,
Or use the.
I don't know why they call me the cheese grater.
So I can't wait till you take so many points of exhaustion you just die, refusing to give up this boon.
There's another guardian that immediately slows Sauriv and we will just shoot ourselves because of that thing.
It
The
slows
fucking metal
Sauriv.
legs they rode in on.
It slows Sauriv, and the slow effect
What
dispels
happens?
it.
Oh Jesus. Remove cost. No.
Oh god, the slow effect will bring you to regular speed. So,
I'll fall asleep in the training ring because I ran out of steam like 15 rounds ago.
okay, yeah. You eventually collapse in the training room as Sauriv continues all night. Doesn't pick up a point of exhaustion yet. So, you wake the next morning. You continue on. Yeah, you all notice Sauriv is extra fast today.
Oh, Sauriv,
I
you're
want to make
extra
another
fast.
perception.
Yeah, go
This
for
is
it.
amazing.
Sauriv, you're really tired, by the way. Like, extraordinarily tired. Not exhaustion tired, but you are very tired because you're moving like you are, like you would under haste, but
all the time.
I rolled, a-
all the time,
I
and
rolled
also
shit for perception.
haste like gives you that extra boost of energy, which you're not getting here. So yeah, Sauriv has a massive breakfast and then continues on. Your perception was especially awful. You don't notice anything, absolutely anything out of the ordinary.
Do I still see the smoke
Yeah, I was
rising? from there?
identify which direction that's in.
Well, I mean, you saw it before. You do not see it again today.
But I remember where it is because I'm really good with remembering where things
Oh
are.
yeah, you remember where it is because you saw it like yesterday, and you'd be like, "Yes, I know, so I saw it yesterday." But you don't see it again
I
today.
just look at the tracks that we took and be like, that way.
Gonna do another Arcane Eye for the first hour of the day.
Okay.
I'll
like,
start heading
send it up a
towards
bit and-
smoke.
Send it towards the direction where I think the smoke is. Then after 10 minutes, start to veer off to the massive construct.
Okay, the constructs are somewhat behind you at this point.
Yep.
So yeah, you begin heading it out like directly in front of you, the way you're headed, and then after 10 minutes, begin to turn around and head off. You can make a perception check if you want to look for anything out of the ordinary, or whatever you want. Additionally, someone roll me a 1d100.
I'll do it. Hey.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, that's definitely not good because you said those words.
Where the fuck is my... Here we go.
I mean, didn't he also say that when we got a fucking bazooka? So
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. Okay.
I just got a 996 platinum, you guys.
Mhm.
I'm hitting
That's pretty
3.
dope.
No, I paid for Akane and Mathias' bail.
So, as you're walking, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. You continue on. Coghammer, what was your perception? 17.
70.
You definitely see the construct now. You get a better look at it, I'd say. But you're also now further away, so it's not perfect. And you definitely you get a look at it. It's noticeable. It's like, Jesus Christ, that's big. I want one. But yeah. You don't notice anything particularly additional with the 17. Again, the same thing with the wildlife around here, just staying out of the way. You do notice a pack of wolves that begin to approach you and circle you at one point, and then sort of begin to back off as they clearly realize what they're fucking with. Notably Sauriv. They sort of see Sauriv and never mind, and begin to back away. And you continue walking. And you continue walking. And then... who's in front?
Me,
I assume Marlie.
I'd be pretty
Okay.
close up front. So.
You all see Marlie just vanish.
oh, do I get some kind of... What is happening?
You just vanish, as far as they're concerned.
Oh, but do I notice anything? No.
No, you don't see
Marlie,
anything.
No?
You're just continuing on, and a moment later, you like.
Wait, did I see something before I walked through whatever this is? I can see invisibility.
You can see invisibility, and you can see into the ethereal, right?
Yeah.
You don't have true sight, do you? Technically, no.
I mean, my eye thing gives me.
It's not technically true
dark-
sight, right?
I can see invisible creatures and I can see into the ethereal plane for 100. I don't think it's technically 100 true sight, but
Okay, if it's not technically,
120.
unless it's technically true sight, then no, you don't see anything.
Rip.
It's a bit of a technicalities thing, but sadly, yeah, no, you don't see anything. As you notice after a moment that they're missing, and also the ground around you is no longer snowy ground. As you step off of the snow onto the sort of a harsh, cold rock face.
Can I see anything now? When I'm
Yeah,
inside?
as you step off, this sort of the vistas around you shift, and the wind picks up, howling past you. You are over an ocean. You're 1,000 feet up, maybe less. You're stood atop a small mountain that's floating, drifting with an island. There's an archway you can see familiar down below. Sorry, not familiar to you.
I hope someone's taking notes because I don't have notes, guys.
And you see a small forest, deciduous and coniferous, sort of mixed forest around you. But this island is less than a mile in diameter. You're atop what it seems to have for a mountain, floating over an ocean and moving very fast.
Guys,
So, you guys see her, you don't hear her, you guys see her just vanish.
What the
Marlie?
heck?
Sauriv?
Marlie.
Where are you?
Hello?
And like, look
Where'd
behind.
she
Is she
go?
pulled a sneaky on us? Is she
Hello?
behind us?
Doesn't seem to be behind you. Do you
I'm
continue
gonna
on,
roll a
Sauriv?
Perspective.
What's that?
Do you continue moving forward?
Assume we keep
Slowly,
going.
but yes.
Okay. A few
Oh,
moments later, you guys see
first.
Sauriv vanishes.
Do I go with him, or is it just?
I assume
Uh,
Pandal, at least Pandal's still on the shoulders.
I'm
of
still-
Coghammer.
well, if Pandal's on his shoulders, then yeah, Pandal and Sauriv vanish together.
Ah!
With an 18, Mathias. Yeah, you see those two vanish.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna find myself a stick to pick up.
Okay.
To hold it forward.
Do
and
they
go-
appear in the same place that I am?
Yeah. These two, after a moment, they continue walking forward. The sounds of sort of everyone around them slowly fade away, and then they step off of the snow and appear next to you. The snow is no longer behind them, but the mountain cliff face.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, you
There
guys!
you
I
are.
miss you so much! I hug Sarif's like,
Now to you two. This is a familiar island.
lift up my leg a little.
Oh shit!
I know.
That's what I think it is. Is this
It
happening?
is.
Oh my god.
we're above the sea! How are we above the ocean? What's
You are
happening?
moving
what's
very
up?
fast.
We're moving really fast. I'm getting a little bit sick actually. I think I'm
Where
having
is
motion
this?
sickness. I had the same problem when I was on the train city.
This is weird.
I feel like we should start taking some steps backwards, like right now.
Coghammer,
Just to
you run
test-
after them, yeah?
Yeah, like pretty much immediately.
Cool. Sauriv, as you go to take a step backwards, Mathias, you see Coghammer vanish again.
Wait,
and
what? Oh, for fuck's
Followed by a number of Iris's eyes as she sends them after you guys. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And yeah, Sauriv, as you go to take a step backwards, you step into Coghammer as he appears
Oh god.
between you, basically
Oh, it's
running into your
Coghammer,
legs.
never mind.
Oh god, what is this? Well, I'm gonna attempt to get back.
Okay, yeah. So you step backwards. You step backwards onto the snowy mountainside that isn't behind you, and suddenly it's behind you, and in front of you is the vista you were expecting to see.
What the shit?
Where's he going?
Can I
What's going on
look
here?
around on this island and see if I can find a little shack?
Yeah. Do we recognize where on the island we are?
You remember last time there was a mountain, or what? Not a mountain, but a big hill behind, at the center of the island.
It was like a cave in that hill that we find the mini zone, right?
Yes.
I'm thinking of the same thing.
Yes.
Yes.
And it is, you are atop that sort of hill that looks more like a mountain than a hill.
Okay.
I don't know where this place at all.
Can I make a perception check?
You can't really make a perception check. You don't see it. the only signs of civilization that you see is a small clearing somewhat in front of you, near the very edge of the island, where there is an archway, stone archway, similar to the one that you stepped out of when you stepped out into the fucking massive snowbank at the start of the session. And it is, next to that, there is a small pile of rocks with a little red cloth hanging out of it. And a small path that leads into the forest. You guys encountered this shortly after meeting Jack.
Yeah, this was at the festival, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a red cloth there.
Yargon.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've been here.
Yeah, we've
before.
been here
I
before.
want to
It's
start
a bit weird.
figuring out where this portal begins and ends in the meantime, just by poking a long stick at it.
Okay, you can find a long stick, but you begin poking a long stick at it, and the stick begins to... doesn't seem to disappear or anything.
It doesn't do that?
No.
Well, I'm gonna accidentally walk into the portal.
Okay, as you're pushing it forward, you see sort of Iris, as you look back, almost fading away. It seems the portal's not just a flat plane, it's almost like a tunnel you have to walk through, in which everything fades away and then suddenly you're out the other side.
Shit.
Oh,
As you
Matthias
appear,
is here.
as you appear, yeah, Sauriv, a stick jabs you in the side as Mathias walks into you.
Well, now I
I
suppose we're
believe
only.
you've been here before.
Okay. So we went to like a town where we met some people and they had a big festival, and then we appeared through. Was it? I'm going to point down at the gate thing.
Yep.
Is that the gate we came
yeah,
through?
we came through
Looks
there.
like it.
We appeared from there and it was weird and we had the masks on so we didn't get our face melted. That's how we learned that Mathias gets his face melted where there's no mask on, but I don't have my mask on and my face is fine. It's very confusing.
Yeah,
Here,
that's
there's no
good point,
point here.
actually,
A lot is
wasn't it?
happening. There's also a tiny like miniature zone where you go mini and like maybe die. It's terrifying.
Yeah, don't go
For
there.
infinite wheat, it's a whole thing.
What's the red cloth?
It was just
Above
there
me,
last
we
time. I
didn't
don't think I
want
had
to
any
explore. Should we do this when we're not busy trying to see to actually hang on? I'm gonna try and walk out again.
Might be important.
Try
Oh,
and walk out, what, stepping backwards?
Yes.
Yeah, you...
Well, no, turn around and start step walking.
Okay, yeah. You turn around, you start walking. You're not quite at the top, and you walk up the hill, and it feels like roughly the same slope gradient. And as you step onto the you feel the soft snow beneath your feet that isn't atop this rocky outcrop of a mountain, and you snap back into the sort of the reality where on the mountainside, surrounded by the snowy forest, and Iris is sort of there. She sort of slowly fades in as you walk backwards.
Hi. It's safe on the
Hi.
other side, but it's not exactly
Yeah.
our priority.
I see. What's going on exactly?
Do you know the
Oh,
floating
boy,
island?
sure.
Some island that's just floating somewhere in the sky.
I've never seen a floating island before. That
Can I
sounds
run
kind of ludicrous. Can you
out?
run?
I'm
Out
gonna gesture for her
towards
to walk
Iris?
through.
Just
You
came
don't
from
see
one.
Iris, but you can.
Well, I want to run back to where I came from.
Yes, you can do that. You just sort of basically begin to walk back up the mountain, and yeah, you slowly
Go
sort of
back.
fade back into the, or you snap back into the,
Eyeballs.
like, snowy mountainside, and then the people who were there seem to sort of slowly fade in.
Hey, Pandal,
Eyeballs.
should we go back?
Eyeballs.
Yeah, that's not. Hi.
Sorry, Iris. Hi.
Yes.
How far can you send your eyes? And can you still see
As
through?
far as I need to. That's a really
There's
weird.
a path. There's a path in the forest, and I want to know where it goes, but I like don't want to go into it and like get lost forever. So.
Yes, it seems to just lead into the forest and into a cave. I'm looking at it at the moment.
Oh, wow, that's
Oh
super.
yeah, that game's dangerous.
It is.
Well,
don't-
there was some kind of miniature table in there, except you could walk onto it and then become miniature yourself.
Yes, Oh. Oh,
You
that's
know that?
weird. No, everything got
Oh.
really big. Whoa.
Yeah, you might want
that's
to fly out of there.
Really
now you still
strange.
can.
So, is there anything else? Can you fly up? Do you see any shacks?
I-
Huts?
Huts.
Vampires?
No, I don't see very much else on the island.
Huh.
Sauriv,
Uh-huh.
Victor really thinks you should take a look. It's just Victor would really love to see that. He just tells you that. He's like, "Oh my, it would be most wonderful to check out this these strange islands, wouldn't it?"
Well, we've been here before. It was a bit weird. Real weird. Yeah, I suppose.
Are you
Real
talking to?
interesting,
Okay,
I
you're
guess.
talking to the X. Right.
Gotta
Yeah,
be more
Victor's-
interesting than
Don't to be.
that's gotta be more interesting than sitting inside of a stump for 100 years.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. Victor
By the way,
thinks
is
we
the...
should
Sorry.
look. I'm just gonna say to Pandal, Victor thinks we should take a look.
Yeah, that's really good of him. I'm sure he's very excited to be Yargon. Is it flying at about the same speed? I assume the same attributes are all the same as when we were last here, like thin air. You know.
No, it's
Are we?
far lower down. And
Are
it
we
is
far lower
moving
down?
really fast.
Is it going further down?
No, it's
Must
not
be
moving further down. From what you can tell,
It just
it's
is lower than it was last
yeah,
time.
but it might be just skimming waves.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, things have changed since we were last here. The air is moving faster than we're going faster. It's lower down, and something's up, but I don't know what.
Maybe it's something to do with that cave.
Seems like it's not the
Check
island.
this out.
Can I see
You
what
are-
the red cloth is?
You don't hear that. Can you see what the red cloth is?
Yeah, I want to go see what the red cloth is.
Yeah. Okay, you step back through, and you can sprint off down that direction if you want. It'll take you a minute or so to get there. Yeah, you fucking lightning bolt over there at monk speeds. And
Where are you going?
it appears
Just
to
gonna
be...
Jog after.
Okay, yeah. You jog after her a bit faster than she moves. It appears to be
I'm sorry.
a piece of red cloth. You can't really tell anything past that. It seems to just be a piece of cloth that's dyed red. That is sort of half buried in the stones. If you take it out, it doesn't seem to be anything beyond that. Slightly tattered, but it looks deliberately
Put it in my
placed.
bag.
Okay, you take it out and put it in your bag.
Keeping it forever.
Alright.
Going in my treasures list.
You're stealing the cloth off a can. Nice.
Yep. I don't know
I
what it
should
is,
have.
but I found it and it's cool.
Okay.
Red, mysterious red cloth.
Yeah, that's another
What?
thing they do near Vaughan, though. You wouldn't know, that's fair.
I want to pull out my sending stone.
Okay.
I'm going to cast sending to what should be Izo on the other end. I don't know.
Right. It's not cast sending, you just speak into it. It's like message.
I just speak into it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hi,
Hold on.
Izo, it's Pandal. Not resurrecting anyone yet, but you know the weird island the portal takes you, like in the middle of town. Yeah, we're there now because we were just walking through somewhere like literally a continent away, and now we're there, and it's moving real fast, real low to the ocean, and the whole shit's happening.
Who are you? What's going on?
I'm pretty close to resurrecting my wife, actually. Thanks for asking and remembering me.
Oh, sorry.
My friend had a hyper evil book.
Yeah. Hi, Pandal.
Hi.
Sorry about that.
How are you? How's the husband? You know, how's that going?
Okay, that's my father.
wife.
To start, my father? I think you're talking about Fulma.
Yeah. I was talking about. Wasn't she married to the blacksmith and stuff?
Yeah, she was. Fuck, I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember his name. His name.
How's the husband? How's the shop doing?
Oh, scrolls through notes. Fuck.
I remember. He was glorious. He sounded like Gilroy. I loved him.
Yeah, he was
Dragon,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Great.
He's the guy who gave me the. Well, I bought the javelin.
Yeah, but Javelin off.
Yeah.
We'll go back.
Yeah.
Illifin Roran. There we go. Yes. Oh, yeah, Illiffin's fine.
That's good. How's the kid?
A little pent up frustration, as it does, you know?
Yeah, well, puberty does that to people.
It's mostly the loss of Jack.
Oh, is he fucking dead now? That's
what
exciting.
Yeah, you didn't know?
No, he sort of was super reckless and then ran off in a fit of rage.
No, he... Well, his top half showed up.
Ooh.
Who
How?
was Jack?
Hex's character.
Who was Jack? Sums up that fucking character, really, doesn't it? Let's go. Get everyone
Yes.
killed. And then just...
Oh, I really hope Hex doesn't listen to this.
Oh, no one listens to this, Tom G.
he
It's fine.
doesn't.
It's fine.
Oh,
Come on, he was listening
That
there
was-
for like 5 sessions or something.
Yeah, he actually was as well.
It also made us fight a fucking
Jack?
god, so honestly, I hold a little bit of resentment towards him.
That's fair.
Hex was in this for like at least 10, 15 sessions, you know?
Yeah,
So,
Name a
He was
character
not
trait
your
Jack
Jack
had.
15?
little recklessness.
not gonna
Okay,
do-
other than just blatant disregard for his life or the lives of any of his traveling companions.
Blandness.
You win this one, Yargon.
I'm sure if we'd given him time, there would have been something, but that didn't happen.
Maybe after
Maybe not.
episode 50.
That's fair. Yeah, no, his... I don't actually know what happened. His sort of top half, he looked older. Like, did you encounter something that made you older? He looked
Yeah, a little bit.
like 30 years older. It was hard to even tell it was him. But
Yeah,
his-
well,
yeah, he seems to have been torn in two, and the top half was left outside the town.
that is charming.
You-
But anyway, enough about him, because we
Alright.
have some more important things to do right now.
Yeah, you said something about an island?
Yeah,
What's
okay, so you
going
went
on?
through the portal during the festival at some point, right?
No, I don't do that. This is
Okay, this is gonna make this complicated. Do you know anyone who did? Can you put me on
fucking hell,
with
Yargon.
anyone?
Asky's gone through a couple times.
Okay, well, if she can tear herself away from the mourning of the top half of her temporary lover, then maybe I could talk to her. Is that possible?
Yeah, sure. Now, give me a second. And you hear the sounds of someone getting out of bed.
Hate to, rust you, but I'm sort of concerned about this situation.
Yeah.
You know, if you have time to brew yourself a coffee, go for it,
Oh, shut up. And there's a few moments, and you hear a few sort of muffled voices that they're like not holding it to their heads, so you just hear sort of sound, but it's so indistinguishable it would be physically impossible to pick out what it is. It's like it's effectively blurred.
Blurred.
Yeah, it's as close to blurred as sound can get, which I guess is staticky. So, yeah, she eventually, oh, no, she doesn't eventually. Another voice, picks up and, hello? Who's this?
Hi, it's Pandal. It's a friend of your mother's. I don't know if you remember me.
Yes, you're the ones that took Jack away with him.
Yes, that was us. And by
Yes.
the way, he took him away. Terribly sorry for your loss.
Yeah, thanks, that's... What happened? Do you know?
Oh, well, if I did, I would regale you another time because this is sort of important, and I don't. He did age slightly. Terribly sorry. Heard he didn't age. Okay, you've done the festival, right? Sorry, this isn't a social call. You've done. You partook in the town festival. You went through the portal at some point. I'm told.
Yes, I've been there a couple times.
You arrived on an island. Yes, is that a thing that happened?
Islands.
Floaty island, big mountain on it.
Been to Lazaro. If that's what you're talking about.
Right.
That's an island, I think.
You walked through the portal. Where did you go? Remind me.
Oh, I mean, depends. Each year I've been to a different place. Doesn't go
Did you
to
go
the
the
same
time
place.
we were there?
Yeah. I ended up in Orvlock. Great place. Lovely city. Have you ever been?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Right.
wonderful. What do you mean?
Personal issue was it? That's beside the point.
Oh.
Do you know? Okay. Do you know anyone who showed up on a random floating island above the ocean that was moving at velocity with a little mountain on it? Because we're back there, where we went when we were in your town, and we were in a random, entirely separate location now. And also, it's moving faster and it's lower to the water. I'm wondering about the significance of that. If you could just get in touch, would be splendid.
Floating island. Well, if you give me a minute, I can at least ask Dad. You might have heard something.
He might have. He's very.
You hear more muffled voices as she's clearly taking it. Put the stone down and immediately started talking to someone.
I'm going to sort of relay to who's around me, like what, just Sauriv
I think
and
it's just
Sauriv,
me.
Coghammer and Marlie?
Nope, I'm not there.
No,
Oh,
it's just
Coghammer's not there.
me and Marley, yeah.
Okay, I will relay this to Sauriv
Those
and
two.
Marlie, being like, things. Yeah, I'll sort of briefly explain to Marlie, hey, we were in Ormskirk.
Yeah,
Was it Ormskirk? Yeah, it was Ormskirk.
Ormskirk, yeah.
Yeah, we went to this place through a portal in a town festival. The portal goes somewhere different each year, apparently. We're trying to work out what the significance of this, because things have changed, and they're sort of changing in a slightly concerning way. And I'm asking questions, and I will sort of relay what I've learned to both her and Sauriv.
Yeah.
While I'm like, they're nattering.
As you're
Jack's dead. Oh.
Yeah, he's in 2 parts. Honestly, that's not my concern right now.
As you're relaying this, a familiar voice comes on the line. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know if you actually did. You ever talk to Elephant?
Yes, because I was there when I was only there partially because I was there because I loaned Sauriv the money for the Jabba.
Of course you are. Yes, see that. Hello there. How can I help you?
Hello, this is Pandal Old Topple. Do you remember me?
Yes, I remember you. I've been told.
Finally, someone.
How you doing? How you doing? How's things?
Oh, things have been better in my life recently. I've had a couple big important news flashes, but that's beside the point. So, floating islands in town festivals, really trying to cut
Floating
through the system.
islands. Yes, I've been to one a couple of times a few years
Had a
back.
mountain on it. Had a little cave in the mountain.
Mountain's a bit of
Generous hill.
description. Yeah, generous hill's a good way of putting it. I like your thinking. Yes, I've been to a few.
Happen to know the significance of said place? Because when I was there, anyway, it was above the ocean and sort of moving quite leisurely in a
Gently,
direction. But now I'm
yes.
here again, and it's quite low to the ocean and moving with more gusto, shall we say?
Well, that's most curious. I've never heard of it moving at more than the one pace. Say you don't see it. What's propelling it along, do you?
I'm gonna have a look around. Is there a big sign that's like, "Hey, we're going this way because of me"?
Don't see
I'm
a
imagining...
jet. You see no jet engines, nor propellers, nor arcane runes of magic-y pushing us.
Do you two see anything that could be pushing this island faster?
Do I see anything that could be pushing the side of that?
Nope.
Big
Do I
boy?
still have I
we're
see
at like the
something
bottom of the hill,
else
aren't we?
for, the last, I don't know how long.
Yeah,
But
you're
do I
near
have,
the bottom.
Exhaustion?
Wait, so can I see the ocean? I don't.
Yeah, you've got 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Can you what? Sorry?
Because I feel like in the first description of the island you said I could see the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, can I, is it, how does that work? Is this a glass floor?
No, you just
See
look
right the edge?
forward. Yeah, you can see past the edge.
Small place.
Yeah, as I say, it's a mile
There's still no
across.
plant life, if I remember correctly. There's still no plant life?
No, there was.
Oh, no, there's no plant life just through the portal, right?
So I
Yeah,
kind
just
of.
through the portal.
How did he appear on this?
You walked down a
We
cliff and
walked
just sort of
into
appeared.
some woods.
Oh. Uh-huh.
I feel like you might have fallen asleep, buddy.
Yeah. I was gonna...
Yeah, I said I kind of zoned out.
Yeah. But no, you don't see anything, and you're maybe like 200 feet above the water level, for the record. It's pretty close. You're moving pretty fucking fast. Could all
Sweet.
3 of you give me perception checks as you look around?
Yeah. What is it, Marley?
Do you want to go check out the cave?
DC 15.
Sure, honestly.
18, 15, 14,
You know, I'm going to use a
14.
luck on that because honestly, I feel like I need to do well at something. So you fucking having me on, man! Can't we be next level so I can inspire myself? What is this?
Okay. So, 16, 14, 11. 14, 11, you two don't notice anything. Pandal, 16. You do notice on the horizon a very faint dark cloud, lacking shape, touching the horizon. But you do notice very faintly that there is a there appears to be something on the horizon. There's land on the horizon.
Not checked evil brother.
What?
not sexy brother. It's like Storm Cloud. A Storm Cloud beast.
I'm thinking more the Infinite Void that's swallowing Ezith, actually, but sure, that'll do as well, I suppose. I could barely see it. Does it look like menacingly inky black? Yeah.
Yeah, somewhat.
As Nodshake's described, Ezith being eaten, mayhaps?
Mayhaps.
Joy. So you know how dear Alyssa, our dear friend, told us that, sorry, you're still on the phone, I'm talking to my friends, give me a second.
Yes, hello. Do you see what's propelling it?
No, we can't determine that. We seem to be, maybe going towards Ezith. And I'm gonna, like, turn away from the stone a bit, so I'm clearly projecting this to the other two as well.
Is it? You can tell?
Wait, what?
Well,
that
I'm
is
making a slight
most
prediction because of the, and I'm gonna put, like, the stone to my chest so he can't hear me, that inky black void that looks like it's over there and is, you know, known to be swallowing part of that continent.
Because of what? Sorry?
Oh, it's just
I think I
landmarks.
missed you there, buddy.
I'm seeing the
landmarks,
coast,
of
and I'm
course.
slightly familiar with the coastline.
Ah, wonderful. You must be close then.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, to be honest. I'm not excited about it.
Well, that's all right. I'm sure you'll be able to get off soon if you're getting close to Ezith. Just hop
I
on
can
down.
get off whenever I like, that's not the problem.
No.
Skillful hands, you see.
I'll pretend that makes wonderful sense.
I'm just gonna step on back through and see what's taking these guys so long.
Yeah, you see them about half a mile away at the base. About as far away from the entry point as you can get, but down by the archway. Pandal
Sweet,
appears
wanna
to
go
be
check out
chatting
the
on the
cave?
fucking phone.
Hey guys, are we
Good
gonna?
job.
Yeah, we should. Hey, sure. Let's go check out the cave.
We
Are we
might
gonna
be
go
going
to the
towards the
college yet?
infinite darkness that is Ezith. I'm sort of concerned.
What?
We lightning flash away.
Yeah, but these
Yeah,
two
I saw
begin
one
like
through
dashing
the
off into the forest. You sort of no, actually, sorry. This speed, no. Your words are carried away on the wind, Mathias. You do not hear them.
Okay,
God.
I'm
You
gonna
just see them
close
dash
doors.
into the forest, and
Then
you're
I'll
like,
start
ah,
running
yes,
towards
I
them.
remember last time I was here. It was pain, and you can head that way. She of 1,000 Eyes, for the record, is following you. You in
Yeah, I'll
particular,
With her
Mathias.
eyeball?
I'll head down towards these idiots.
No, she in person is following. Okay.
I'm just going to be explaining the situation to Mathias, even though he can't hear me, but I don't know that.
Okay, yeah.
He's going to be like, oh, this is then there's Ezith, and I think we might be going towards Ezith, and that might be, this island might be about to be eaten.
Okay, I missed like most of that because it's really fucking loud in the wind.
Hey, you two, can we get a slow down? I'm trying to talk to Mathias as well. Sorry, I'm still on the phone with you. I'll get back to you in a second.
What?
We're gone.
Pressure!
Where are those two going?
Runs
Okay.
faster.
So you two sprint off. Yeah, it's actually not that far into it. But you
I
eventually...
mean, it's not going to take us long to get there, is it?
yeah,
It's like-
Sauriv, you relatively quickly come to a familiar-looking cave.
I'm just going to wait
I show
outside
up
it.
like 6 seconds later.
Okay, it's sort of got the like ivy, like dripping, not dripping, hanging down in front of it. Fucking dripping, as you're familiar with. Yeah.
What?
There's
Is
an
it like a
illusory,
curtain of ivy?
there's an
Yes.
illusory wall at the back of the cave. I wouldn't go through it if I were you.
I can't hear you. You're far away.
I'm on Sauriv's shoulders,
Wait,
my
are they
dude.
He's on my shoulders, so he's fine.
Oh, he ran with us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well, I didn't run with you willingly. I'm still on Sauriv's shoulders on the phone.
Then I can't catch up to you guys.
Yeah, but you know where they went. You're like, oh, I know where they're going, and so you head
Yeah.
down into there. I assume.
Can I? have a
Akane, what are
look
you
around?
doing? What are you doing?
I'm not sure.
Sleeping.
I'm still awake so far. For now.
So far.
That's
Barely.
it.
It does not sound like it, man.
So I think we're gonna.
You okay?
Okay, so. Are you going with them? Are you not going with them? What are you doing?
With who? Who's them? With Marlie and
Okay, we're gonna call a session shortly. Get
Yeah.
that in, my dude. With Marlie and not
But with
Marlie.
Matthias to step through to the thing, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
with-
thought you saw on the
with
other side
Mathias
Coghammer
and-
Iris.
Yeah, Mathias and Iris. Coghammer, what are you doing as well? You going with them?
But-
Standing
but-
around, not wanting to go to that weird place while nobody
did Mat-
explains anything.
what did Mathias and Iris do again?
They're heading down the down the sort of hill on the floating island, down towards the cave.
Ah, yeah, I'll go with it.
Okay, Coghammer, where are you, sir?
Standing around
Just
where
standing
I am.
outside. I'm so sorry.
Because
Okay.
everybody disappears and nobody says anything.
Sorry.
Okay. Number
You
of
should know
irises.
that was there for like a couple of seconds, like, no.
No.
A number of irises eyes are like with you. There's like 4 of them, just sort of there, just floating circles around you, looking
They
around.
nudge you towards the portal.
They don't. They're just sort of there.
Making sure you're not dying.
As the others all begin to head off towards the port, to the cave. Marlie, you want to look around?
Yes, I
Okay.
have dark vision 120 feet, invisible vision 120 feet, ethereal vision 120 feet. What do I see?
Yeah. Well, you see, notably,
that.
I also did just point out the illusionary wall at the back. I was like, that's there. Don't
Yeah.
touch it.
yeah, notably, you see, I don't think you see through illusions, right? By
Nope.
default. Okay.
Only invisibility, ethereal plane, and darkness.
Yeah, okay.
120.
So that doesn't affect it. But what you do is, you see a cave. It's smallish. It seems to sort of just be a roughly circular chamber. I think it's like 30 feet across, if I remember. And as Pandal points out, that there's an illusion wall at the back. You look at it, and give me an investigation check.
Ooh.
Because it's an illusion, so
I don't know.
investigation wants you to look through it.
I'm not very good at that.
Oof. 13 does pass, though. As you look at it, and it turns semi-transparent. You're like, aha, it's an illusion. And you look through it, and you see, beyond, you see a chamber. It's slightly hard to see through this sort of illusory wall. But you see a chamber that's about 30 feet across. And in the center, about 10-foot diameter, there is a tree. It's like a bonsai tree growing, with a faint trickle of water that's falling onto the top of it. A very faint stream, which seems to sort of spread out into this ever fine mist that, like, almost petering down onto it like rain. Cornfields that are maybe an inch across extend outwards from the base of this tree, with paths and roads, everything tiny, minuscule in scale, extends outwards to the centre of this sort of 10-foot diameter raised pedestal that's at the centre of this chamber.
Whoa. What's that? You've been here before. Tell me what it is.
It's a tiny pocket dimension where you'll never reach the tree in the middle and you'll just be surrounded by wheat forever. It's terrifying. You have to fly out.
It's a little weird,
escape.
yeah.
You've
Yeah,
never
we didn't
reached
like that
the
much.
tree?
We think you literally can't. So
Have you tried jumping before you entered the cornfield?
yes, we tried that. That's how we
We
got
tried a
stuck
lot of things.
in the
It didn't
cornfield.
really work.
Now, Marlie, I know you want to go play in the barley, but I feel like now might not be the time.
Mathias, she of 1,000 eyes, just mutters, "No, that's wheat."
What?
Damn it, Iris! I'm trying to make a joke.
Yeah,
but
no,
it
they're not here yet, so you don't hear
I know,
this.
exactly. I was
She
saying,
just sort of mutters, "No, that's... Oh, never mind.
you get lost in it like a maze. It's awful.
Oh my god, I hate you."
You'll be walking in there till your feet start to chafe. It's awful.
Alright, is there any other path other than this cave?
I don't think so, right?
The path seems to end at this cave, yeah. Sorry, I should also point out, along the way, there are a couple more of these small, like, piles of rock, with little red flags, like, hanging out of them. Again, same thing.
Don't they lead to the cave? To
Yes, they do.
Awesome.
Is there any
I don't
other
know.
red flags? Is there any red flags sort of on top of where this cave is or around that is off the path?
No, other than going from the path and... well, they sort of make the path, going from to the cave. That's the only ones you see. Because that's the only ones there are.
Is there any
That-
writing or anything on the cave?
There isn't, no.
What's the point of this?
That is a very good question.
Do Do I recognize what type of tree it is? Is it a bonsai tree?
If you
It's
can get to
not
the
a tree
root of
you've
it, I'd
seen
be
before.
impressed.
Yeah, we struggled just for a while. It didn't go well.
It seems to show similarities to every type of tree you've ever seen before, all in one.
It's a tree of life. I can't look at it.
Looks
I'm
an
not
awful
allowed.
lot like that.
I think
really
you can
want to.
try.
Oh no.
Can you fly? Is that a thing you can do?
No.
You're not gonna
really
have a way to
fast,
get
though.
out. I felt like really fast is gonna help. Sauriv was really fast, and we just got stuck in, plants for ages, and then almost didn't manage to get home. So
Yeah, you guys can fly. Yeah, boy, if you'd been stuck there, you'd have still been stuck there currently. We did a time skip.
we can fly. I believe I polymorphed people into an eagle.
Yeah, just flew out.
That was OG Cerevical, wasn't it?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that was ages
Okay.
ago, guys.
And also Mathias,
That was
which
Very long time ago.
Yeah. Way less fun.
Mathias, which ended up with him losing his face.
Yeah, bless him.
Yay!
so
20 d8,
okay.
by the way. A lot of damage.
Do you become tiny as soon as you step into the room?
Yeah.
No, when you go over the barrier that's just there, and I'm gonna point out to it, from
Yeah, it's
Cerev
basically-
shoulders, wait.
The edge of the pedestal that it's on. It's like a raised 10-foot section. And there's a
You
very
shrink pretty quick.
there's a very
Sorry.
a very slight border before these cornfields. It seems to come right up to it. And yeah, he's points at it and gestures to it through the illusory wall, which is interesting because he's still seeing a solid wall.
Just gonna
Is
I'll
there any
guesstimate where it is.
space
I'm actually
around?
pointing at the actual wall I missed, but
Is there any
Yeah.
space around the
Oh yeah.
field? Or
What around the thing in the
like
middle?
around the barrier? Can you walk around it without becoming tiny?
Yeah. There's
I think so.
it's raised slightly, but around the raised area, there's a decent sized walkway you could go around.
I want to go walk around it.
Okay, yeah, you walk around it. As you go behind the tree, you notice there's a small house with little puffs of smoke coming out the top.
Oh, I'll go. Hello?
Don't see any response.
Hello.
Hey, yeah, hi, we're still here.
No response.
Violet!
The door opens in this house, and you see a figure unlike one you've ever seen before. It's
What is it?
strange in nature. It is. Someone roll me a d6.
I shall roll that.
He's a tiny vampire! It's a tiny vampire! Like the blood bag was a juice box. It's a tiny vampire. I'm so excited for this.
Oh my god.
It's not a tiny vampire. Okay, that is a 4. Okay, it's a sort of strange creature. It doesn't seem to have any legs. It's made of plates built around this core of burning yellow, not flame, but just energy. As these sort of plates, they seem natural. They sort of grow into the shape, roughly humanoid. No, sorry, it does have legs. But you can see through these sort of plates of maybe a chitin type material. It's dark, but it's got this sort of yellow core that burns, and it looks up at you. It doesn't have eyes. Its face seems to come somewhat to a point, but it has no, it doesn't have a mouth. Sorry, its face seems to come somewhat to a point, but it does have a pair of elongated yellow, not so much eyes, but glowing eye sockets, essentially. And as it looks up at you, and it sort of waves with one hand.
I waved back. Hello. How are you?
It gestures for you to come towards it. You hear no sound from it.
When do I arrive?
You
If I
you
come
would arrive
towards
about
you,
now.
Oh god.
If I come visit you at your house, will you let me go through the
Don't
cornfields?
go into that. Are you out of your mind?
It nods. You just hear her from beyond the illusory wall. The figure
I go in.
nods.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, I don't
you
know what
step
she's
in.
doing.
As you
She's
step
go in.
in
No.
over the border, you shrink. You
think
see
we
the
should go
world
in,
around you
shouldn't we?
grow in immeasurable
Oh,
size.
for the love
Before
of-
suddenly you are, you step and you're suddenly on a path between the cornfields. You see the massive, massive tree. It looks to be multiple miles high from this perspective. in the centre, reaching up towards the sort of rain that ever falls atop it. You see these cornfields, these hundreds of fields that seem to stretch infinitely in every direction. You see a sort of bright sky, a dome overhead, pleasant, and a sun that peters down through the almost cloudless sky. Not quite, but almost cloudless sky above. You no longer see the cave you were once in, and you see the house up ahead with this figure.
Go to the house.
Okay, you begin running over. It's maybe a mile off at this from where, or it looks to be roughly a mile off from your side. Then you begin to run.
Easy.
You begin to run over. Yeah, there's a path that runs up to it. It sort of backs onto a cornfield, as everything here seems to be cornfields.
You okay? I'm heading in.
Okay, you head in.
I guess we're gonna.
Oh, for the
As
love,
you guys
why are we doing this?
walk in,
Why
you
are
don't
we doing
see
this?
Marlie at first until you walk sort of to the side a bit, and you see her running up towards this house where you see the same yellow figure, roughly.
Oh wait, where is everyone? Mathias? Hold on. So who's here? It's like it's all but Coghammer, right? At this point, if
All but
Mathias is here.
Coghammer, unfortunately, yeah.
Where's Coghammer? Have you lost him already?
Yes, I have.
You want me to go get him?
I feel like that might be a good idea. I don't
See,
know where he
I
is.
wanted to stop you guys from going like everywhere without the whole crew, but now we're here.
Yeah, well, I was on the phone. By the way, this might be headed towards Ezith and, to the infinite blackness. It's really quite scary looking.
Oh, joy!
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I thought. I phoned up to Ormskirk. They didn't.
I'm gonna put Pandal down and I'm gonna go get the dwarf.
That would
and
be
I'll
great.
back.
We'll wait here. Hopefully Marlie doesn't get eaten.
Okay, yeah.
Get eaten.
Coghammer sprints off towards.
In the meantime, I would have
Coghammer's sprint.
sent out another Arcane and asked Iris to basically send one of her eyes in and out so we can figure out how to go around this thing.
Okay, I believe Iris'
Start
eyes.
dragging through the snow.
No, she'd have left one of the larger eyes with you, so that
Yeah,
let me see. Okay, yeah. So she's been sort of zigzagging backwards and forwards, in and out, and eventually, it appears to be about 30 feet wide. This sort of portal. You just happen to kind of just run into it. Doesn't know how tall it is. It's worked
So
out
it's basically
both
like
the
a
limits.
wall.
It looks like a sort of wall
Like a
that you
door.
sort of walk through. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's not like an orb or something.
No, it doesn't appear to be. It appears to be more linear, like a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gonna draw in the snow. Don't go in there.
Okay, yeah,
Just
you
warning signs.
you draw that in the snow. You sure do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, the Arcane Eye is on the way to wherever I think the chimney or the smoke was.
Okay. Right. Okay. So basically, still ahead. Like it goes up, over, forward, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. You head on again. Yeah. I mean, you don't see anything immediately out of the ordinary, as your sort of arcane eye begins to continue onwards. And it sort of just keeps going.
Yep. Got my hands ready for a panic button in case something bad happens.
Yeah.
Not panic button.
Yeah, you don't see anything. Eventually, Sauriv, not too long after, sort of appears. He sort of runs out of the portal towards you guys. You see him sort of fade into existence.
Screeching as I try to slow down.
Yeah.
It's like, hello, I overshot, and I'm run back. Okay. Marlie's. Okay, come with me, and I'm gonna pick him up. And...
What? No! No! I'll point at the floor.
What?
Just says, don't go in there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're fine now.
What? No, it's clearly some bad magical trick. We have stuff to do.
Yeah, Marlie's found something, and now we're going to be doing stuff. Listen, everybody's already in there. We'll be fine. Listen, we'll figure out what's there. It'll take us like 5 minutes, and then we'll be out, and we'll be doing what we were supposed to be doing. Okay?
I don't trust that place.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We've been there before. It's okay.
I'm gonna just look at the iris eye to see if there's any sign.
It nods.
Oh.
For the reaction, for the fucking. Nope, lost my words. But yeah, that image that I just posted is roughly what the creature looks like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask Iris. Do you really want me to go in there?
The eye nods.
Fine.
It nods.
Meow.
Ah!
The primordial thing.
It does appear to be, but you wouldn't know it as that.
I mean, but I.
Well, Marlie wouldn't
Lisa
know it as that.
knows.
Lisa knows my weird homebrew races. Marlie, not
Listen
so
us
much.
all.
Marley's just got random books that are just PDFs of Yargon's homebrew races.
Yeah, exactly.
Ignis, what is this?
I
Why
read
is it
a
a
lot.
fire person?
Yeah.
Why
He's
did
an
it
avid
has
reader,
plus
yeah.
2 to... What? How does this make sense?
Is this some kind of game? What's this?
What is
What?
this? I saw some
Nothing
long-haired
is-
man pay it in a tavern once. It seemed exciting. If I go back
Nothing
and
is
watch
real.
next week.
Nothing is real.
Yo, is that
Nothing is real.
Jesus?
Yo, is that Jesus? I love that so much.
Yeah, same. Fucking fate polyhedron. Yo, is that Jesus?
Awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, sorry, you, it appears to be a yellow primordial at this point. As you approach it, the rest of you see her sort of approaching it. So anything, what are you guys doing?
I feel like someone should really go in there. Who can fly? To like be a bailout. Kane, you
I'm walking in already.
Okay, Mathias, you
can't
step
carry
in.
her.
Too late.
Yeah.
You haven't been invited, okay.
Mathias steps in. Yeah, you don't hear or see. Sorry, you see, but you don't hear any sound from inside the barrier, essentially. And as you step in,
Could we hear Marley or anything? No?
no, you don't hear any sound from inside the barrier.
I believe we determined last time they could hear us if they were close to the edge, but we couldn't hear them.
Yes. And you.
How it worked.
Well, things have changed a little bit since you were last here, but not very much. But yeah,
What, like we're hurtling towards certain doom? Yeah, I know.
mostly that, yeah. As you step inside, yeah, you step in and you begin to shrink down, and you find yourself in a field of corn.
You haven't been invited, you don't.
Reverse vampire. You haven't been invited.
He doesn't understand. Yeah, gonna try and start walking to the tree.
Oh my god, you don't remember anything.
To the tree or to the house? Because you see the
Not
small
to
house.
The house.
Okay, so the small house. It has like a chimney with like some fire. It's like a 2-story house, like a small farmhouse looking thing.
It's great, I love it.
And you begin heading over in that direction. Is anyone else stepping in?
Oh, we should go in. Someone should go in. Fuck,
Should
Akane, I mean, could bail him out, right?
Akane,
You're gonna wait here for Sauriv and Coghammer.
Rick.
Okay, I'm gonna punch.
Rick is
I'm gonna
dead.
break Kane's nose so she
Okay.
wakes up. Does that cease her being catatonic?
Hey, you there?
By polymorph her
Hello?
over a rabbit and throw her
Rick.
at Mathias? Does that?
Okay, yeah, we've
There we
lost him.
go. Yeah, I think...
Look,
Rick, you?
yeah,
You awake?
yeah,
Yeah.
sort of.
No, he's not. Live.
Um,
Okay, Akane, you wait here. Pat, I'm going in. I'm
Okay.
gonna like go
Oh,
around the side
okay.
that I saw Marlie go in on.
Okay, yeah. So you,
I try and go in that side.
What's happening?
You're waiting for Sauriv and Coghammer to get back because you can't be trusted to be conscious ever.
Mm,
Okay, so as those two, these two sort of step in and they begin to head over towards the farmhouse. It wouldn't take long. Shiva 1000 dies. Waits with Akane, and eventually Coghammer and Sauriv arrive. Pretty much at the same time as Marlie. You make your way up to this individual. Appears to be a sort of floating about like 2 or 3 inches off the ground, and he sort of looks you up and down. And
Hi.
as you approach, it definitely appears to be a he. At the moment. Hi. Who are you?
My name is Marlie. I
I was looking for a lady called
Marlie.
Violet.
Violet.
Or Vimfine, one of those.
Vimfine. That is a name I have heard before.
Oh, you have?
Yes. I doubt it was the same one, though. That was many, many years ago.
What's your name?
I don't have a name. Not one you'd understand, anyway.
Oh. What can I call you then?
Whatever you like.
Alright, you're Buttercup. So, Buttercup!
Alright.
Oh my god.
I like your house.
Thank you.
Did you build it yourself?
I did. I built this whole island.
You built the island?
Yes.
Wow.
It
That's
was a
pretty
refuge
cool.
of sorts, but sadly I was too late.
What do you mean?
I mean to say my people are dead.
Are they?
Indeed.
I'm so sorry.
I'm all that remain. I made it here. This island was a safe haven. I could not stop the Council of Six. And now, things have moved on as they did.
I'm really sorry. You must be terribly lonely.
I've grown accustomed to it. Besides, I have the World Tree. Like gestures to the giant tree behind him.
The World Tree. What does that do?
It gives life, keeps the island alive, keeps me alive.
Did you hear about the big black thing that's eating the continent of Ezith?
I've not heard of anything from the mainland in a very long time.
There's a big disease thing eating the continent, and my friend thinks you might be heading right towards it with your super fast island.
The island does not move fast. I would find that unlikely.
It's actually moving really fast outside. Have you been outside before?
I've been outside before. I built this island.
Yeah, it's like super close to the waves and it's like going super fast.
He sort of frowns. That's unusual. But I dare not leave.
I don't know if it's unusual. I think the fact that it's a floating island is unusual, but
I'd rather not leave the protection of my own. He sort of looks around. My own little world. It's
your
been...
little world is really pretty.
Thank you. It's been a very long time since I've had any visitors here.
Are you good? Do you like having visitors?
You would not be unwelcome, as long as you do not aim to harm my crops, nor me.
Actually, I'm really good at solving things for people. Is there anything I could do to help you with your whole fast island situation?
Well, the island moves slowly and drifts with the currents of the wind. If you know why it is moving faster than the wind, I would appreciate any explanation you have.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think it might have something to do with the seventh scary goddess or something. Was there a goddess? The seventh one? I think so.
I believe they only made 6.
Yeah, so I've heard stories about a seventh one who's like super angry and like wants to destroy everything.
That would be unfortunate. They destroyed most of the world last time they made one. I hope they don't do it again.
They made another seventh goddess before?
No, when they made the 6.
Can my friends come over too?
They already are. as he gestures at the sort of slowly approaching Pandal and Mathias. You guys would arrive shortly-ish.
Wait, we can actually get here?
Yeah, not at the tree. You get to the house. Yeah,
Oh, hi. That's...
it's not.
Hi, who are you? Do
Did
we know you?
We didn't see the house last
Didn't
time.
see
did
the
we?
house.
You didn't see the house
This
last
is
time. No?
Buttercup.
Hello.
This
Hi.
is Buttercup, and this is his island.
Hi, Buttercup. This is your island. Are you aware it's going quite fast towards a void that might eat it all? I find that's
I've been
really
told.
Hang
on my mind.
Buttercup?
Yeah, that's their name. Hi,
That
Buttercup.
even
That's
Sorry,
his name.
Pandal. This is Mathias. This is my friend Mathias
Pandal.
Greenfield. He's a
Mathias.
professor, or at least he used to be.
Well, it's wonderful to meet you both.
We do have some more
Your room.
friends that like coming. If we could like wait for them. Like I'm sort of concerned about this whole like we're sort of all scattered at the moment. It's a whole thing.
That's all right. Feel free to bring them. Time is no concern here.
Well, yeah, about that. How much is time
Yeah.
not a concern?
I've been here a million years, or so it feels. I'm sure I'll last 1,000 more.
Okay, so you've been here a
Right.
while. What about the rest of time while you've been here? That's still going. That's still plodding along like a soldier.
Time flows ever onward. There is
Uh,
naught but infinity mass that can top that.
Feel like that's a good quote that I should use later, but I can't think of where right now.
That's all right.
Speaking of time, this island is heading straight for a continent that's currently being eaten by...
I've
Hell
been
if we know what
told.
magic it is.
Yeah, it's well, third time's the charm. Hopefully, so you made it. Marlie said. Well,
Yes, I made this island.
Oh,
first of all, good job. Did a great job. Like the hill.
Thank
don't you
you.
want to steer it away then before it gets eaten by
Oh, the
whatever that-
island doesn't steer. The island has no control over its own movement.
Then you might be in trouble.
It drifts ever onwards in the currents of the wind. They keep it well away from the continents of land. Not that
Well-
it can't float over them, should it need.
Who controls the wind?
Nobody controls the wind. Or at least, nobody did when I built it. I believe
Well-
that one of the 6 may. They were
Oh.
granted control over all elements.
How many of those do you know, by the way, of the 6?
I
Do
was
you-
friends with one once.
Which one?
Vimfine.
Cool. Do you know where she lives? I thought I was sort of under the impression she might be near here.
She's been dead for a very long time.
Oh, that was what I was afraid of. Is she like still a walking corpse sort of person though, who drinks blood? Is that still her like shtick?
If this face could look confused, it looks somewhat confused. She was granted immeasurable power, and in that instance, the Vimfine I knew was killed.
Okay, what about the
Young.
Vimfine you didn't know though?
I did not know her. I do not know what became of her. That is not my concern. I've lived here ever since. I built this island, knowing what
You
would
ever seen
come
the-
when the 6 were made.
When the 6 room... Hang on, what now?
Okay, so you're like super fucking old. That's no offense. I do apologize. That was
I
very
am,
rude.
yes.
Can I see your house?
It's right there. Feast your eyes.
Can I go inside?
Of course. The door's not locked.
I
Feel
go.
free.
I'm just gonna like look to Mathias like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Okay, yeah, you step into the house. It seems to be a nice farmhouse. There is
A little
almost
bit.
nothing untoward about it. It's strangely idyllic looking.
So cozy. I love it. I run around all the house. I want to see everything.
Yeah, it's just a 2-story, small, 1-bedroom. It's just sort of a small house, but it's nothing particularly
Oh my
untoward
gosh.
about it.
It would be so good to retire here. Oh, you would love it. Oh my gosh, this is such a good story.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Whoa, you're next to me. Holy shit.
Hello.
You're like
Yeah.
really sneaky. That's pretty impressive.
I don't leave footsteps.
Oh. Wow.
Mathias, are we gonna die out here? Is this how we go? Like right
I
now?
hope not.
Molly sounds like she's
I'm already
admiring the
dead.
soft furnishings and we're gonna fucking die out here.
So, as you guys are having this conversation, Sauriv and Coghammer, you arrive with the others. You burst through the illusory wall.
Wait,
Oh, hello.
Oh, good grief! I won't even be dying in peace.
And you're in there.
God.
You enter the sort of the cave.
Fuck you.
wait, what?
Yeah,
Where's Iris? Where do I see Iris?
Iris is with
He's with Akane, waiting.
with Akane. Yes.
Okay.
outside the thing.
Just outside the boundary, but inside the inner chamber.
Yeah, she's around the thing.
So there's the wall and then there's them.
Yeah, it's an illusory wall, and then you step through it, and then there's them.
Yeah.
And there's the it's into the sort of 30-foot room, the 30-foot across room that has the pedestal in the middle with the infinite cornfields. Infinite cornfields and the tree of all trees and chaos untold. Yeah, that place.
Wait, where is everyone?
There.
Gonna look at the thingy. Can I see them? Or?
Well, you can see them by the house, and Iris points at them. Down there.
Oh, right, there they are. Okay.
Rick,
No,
are you awake?
nope.
Rick.
Come on.
It's definitely
I don't
asleep
know.
by
This
this
just
point.
keeps getting weirder.
Okay.
No.
Should we just say Akane goes with Iris for now?
Yes.
I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to go soon as well.
That's
I need
okay.
a fucking drink. We haven't had a break.
Yeah,
Well,
that sort of happened.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, my
I apologise about that.
it's fine. I'm dying.
Yeah. Give me like 2 to 3 minutes, though. Yeah, we'll probably be wrapping up shortly. So,
Doing great.
yeah, you step through. Iris like, so, I think we go down there. We just step over. You should be small. That's what the others did.
Yeah, let's go down.
All right.
Yeah.
And you see her
Let's
step
go.
over the threshold, growing those same fine wings from her back.
Alright.
And they sort
Well,
of
come on.
fan out as she steps over the threshold and shrinks down.
Coghammer.
I thought you already
This
walked.
is
in.
gonna be weird.
No, you have to step over the threshold of the, like, 10-foot thing in the center, and that shrinks you down.
No. Nope.
I follow her. It's like,
Okay, are you holding Coghammer still?
Jeez. I mean, no, I'll put him down and I'll just
Okay.
gesture for him to come.
Yeah. Akane, let's say, follows She of a Thousand Eyes, Iris, in. And they begin to walk towards the towards the house where the others are. Sauriv, yeah, you follow.
Yeah.
Coghammer, what are you doing? You see them all shrink down in front of you.
Take a couple of steps back.
Okay, yeah, you take like 2 steps back away from it. Is that it?
Yep. Just keep my I'm keep sending my eye toward where the smoke's supposed to be.
Okay, yeah. Just floating over the forest currently.
Yep.
Down the side of the mountain. Alright, so this Coghammer refuses to be with you guys. As you guys, yeah, as the other 3 approach.
I was saying, are we allowed for the sake of expediency to just say I like up to date everyone who gets here
Yeah, sure.
on like well basically like it's Buttercup said they made the island is unaware the island is hurtling towards certain doom at incredibly high speed, insists that it's definitely not doing that thing. Also used to know Vimphian, so maybe we're onto something.
Yeah, sure. You
It's
like,
just that spiel.
as Buttercup showing Marlie around, you like step over to them and like, hey, look, this is the sedge.
Yeah, guys.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And, yeah, Buttercup, he probably comes out and, well, is there anything I can help you with? Or are you just here to visit?
Helping with the end of the world would be nice.
Oh,
Like preventing that. Or
Yeah,
this
make
PD
it not
to
happen is probably an important distinction to make there. We sort of live in the world. It's quite a
Yeah.
nice place
Yeah, we like
overall.
this world. It's quite nice.
you're welcome to join my little world if you'd like.
I
sure.
don't
I
know
would
if this
seem- I
little
mean-
world is gonna last.
Oh, it will. We lived
Well,
through the
what-
last end of the world, and then the one before that. I'm sure it'll be
that.
fine.
You have a spare room? Maybe we'll bunk sometime.
We do. I could make one.
Um,
Oh, yes,
about
Mathias,
that-
can I help you?
what?
You introduce yourself,
Well-
right?
Yeah.
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 I
Matthias is currently
First.
processing.
Yeah.
Beep,
Yes.
burp, burp.
Can I help you?
Previous end of the world?
Yes.
About that.
Yes.
What happened?
I don't know. I was very far away from it at the time. I float on the wind.
How many times has the world ended?
Twice, to my knowledge. Once when the six were made, and once after they fell. At least. That's what I've pieced together over the years. I get visitors every now and then. But it's quite rare.
Right. Number 7's currently rising and he intends to take the whole world down.
Oh. I'm sure they'll fell him like they felled the six before.
Who's they?
The mortals. Like yourselves, that walk this earth.
Kinda wanna do that now.
Yeah, if you have any, like, know anything more about that, like pro tips, got a guide written out, would be
Yeah,
helpful.
we'd appreciate it.
Survival guide? Or...
I'm afraid all I know
Yeah.
about surviving ends of the world is don't be there at the time.
Well,
I mean, I can just, like, bump myself, but I feel like that's really not gonna serve a purpose.
How about
Bring a towel is the best I can suggest.
I have heard
how
that's very
about
good
killing
advice.
a god?
No,
Bring it down.
I'd advise you maybe look up someone who did it. All I did was live. Right, go to bed.
He's like shuffling around.
Do you
I'll
know,
play it.
are any
Just-
of your people anywhere else?
No,
Can you talk to them?
as far as I know, I'm the last alive. I made my little world before the six killed them.
Who were your people?
We don't have a name in your language, not one you'd speak.
Try me.
Not having vocal cords, he can make noises that I, as a human, cannot. He makes a noise that you cannot replicate.
And there's
It's-
not a translation for it?
There is no translation for it, no.
Not ancient,
It's
is
not
what he's telling you.
ancient.
Yeah.
It's not ancient. It's something else.
it's not a language, it's a series of noises.
It is, well, to start with, it's a name, so it doesn't translate anyway. But it's not a language you speak.
You're right.
I'm afraid I don't know how I would translate that.
That's
If
fair.
it's even remotely translatable, I would understand it.
We can just call you like flower people because you're buttercups. That sort of makes
That's
sense.
a good point. Marlie, what's the exact text on that? It's anyone that speaks a language.
Starting at 13th level, you learn to touch the key of other minds so that you understand all spoken languages. Moreover, any creature that can understand the language can understand what you say.
Okay, it is a noun. You understand it as a name, and you sort of mentally pick up on roughly the name of it. But essentially, in the same way that Tom doesn't mean anything, it's just a collection of sounds that together mean this person. That's
Okay.
what this is, but for a people.
But she'd recognise it if she heard it elsewhere. let's say.
Yes, you would.
Okay.
You'd all recognise it. It's very
Okay.
distinct.
I suppose that's, yeah.
But yeah, if you heard that in
So it
that
doesn't-
language, you'd then recognise it. But it doesn't translate at all. But you do recognise it as this is a name.
What kind of sounds is it? Is it like a series of clicks, or...?
It's a sort of like a low guttural sound with a more like high pitched, almost hum noise behind it.
Oh, okay.
At the same
So
time,
it's a
it's-
bagpipe.
no,
I'm kidding.
it's not the sound of a dying cat.
Bagpipes sound good. Just not when you're within 5 meters of them.
Earshot of them, yeah.
Yeah,
Someone brought out like a set of bagpipes in a train 5 meters from me.
oh,
Fun.
oh, I feel bad for you.
They were
Fucking
pretty good
knife
at
you
it,
carry
but
in
it
your
was
sock. You should have
fun.
whipped that out and fucking shove.
Yeah. So yeah, you
screw something.
He sort of makes a sign. I'm afraid it doesn't translate at all.
It's the name. It's a name.
That
That's
it
a
is.
lovely name.
Yeah, it's a
Thank
dream.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's,
I have so many questions for you and so little time.
That's alright. Time is of little concern here.
you keep saying that, and I really don't think that's
Who
very
made-
true.
Who
I've-
made the 6?
He says the same name again. Our
Your
people
people?
did.
Why?
What's up with that? I'm gonna go get a drink before I fucking die.
Yeah, sorry.
Be right back.
Why?
We found a way. We could grant them infinite power. We thought we would. Perhaps if our leaders were given the abilities of the immortals that we had only dreamed of, perhaps then we would solve our own curse.
Mortality?
Yes, death itself.
Gonna be honest, death it sounds pretty fucking swell when you've walked around like an undead corpse for a while.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with the feeling.
So you thought mortality was a curse and therefore created goddesses?
That was our plan,
Are you mortal?
to an extent. I can be killed like any other. I'd rather you didn't test it.
Don't intend to.
Sounds like a challenge.
So,
It's not.
but your people also destroyed the 6?
No. Our people were destroyed by the 6.
Then who did?
The mortals.
The mortals the 6 created. Their own creations. He gestures at you guys.
Oh, that's fucking poetic, isn't it?
Like you.
Wait, so the 6 effectively wiped whatever lived here and replaced it, or?
The 6 shaped the world to their desire. No longer chained by much desire, much intent. No longer chained by their mortal minds.
You said you were friends with Vimfine.
I was, before she was killed by the Vimfine created when the 6 were created.
How did they choose who was a goddess?
The Council of 6, they were our leaders.
Oh, you were friends with a leader.
I was.
Pretty high up.
Yes. We were friends for 1,000 years before she took station. And 100 more before then. The 6 were made.
How were they destroyed?
How were the 6 destroyed?
Yes.
I do not know. I know their creations waged a war. Oh fuck, I need to look into my second notes document, motherfuckers. I have a second notes document for this shit.
Oh wow.
It's not come up yet.
That completely broke my immersion.
I'm
That
so
did.
I was
sorry.
like, oh, what?
I'm so sorry.
That was a bit out of nowhere.
Whiplash.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck, where is it? Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, I kind of really need to go.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, I'm still dying.
run. They waged a war for 100 years. I cannot tell you how they won, but they did. And with that, we're going to end for the evening.
Oh.
'Cause fuck you people.
Ah!
You're welcome.